By the end of this video, there's going to be a robot on your website talking to your actual customers out loud. And that's right, I said out loud. And we built everything from scratch inside of GoHighLevel, a website, a professional email, a calendar that actually books appointments for you live, follow-ups that actually send by themselves, and that talking AI that you've never even seen before. If you ever touched a CRM before, that's fine. We start from zero and I explain everything step by step. This was pre-recorded, so there's live mistakes and all, and you're gonna see me work throughout the whole entire thing. And we did the whole thing and build exactly twice, so you could see it for different businesses and you could see how it actually fits yours. Everything is chaptered, so if something doesn't apply to you, you can jump to whatever you need. So step one is setting up your domain. So let's get right to it and build along with us. So first and foremost, I always like to start right at the beginning, even for businesses. Now, a lot of businesses, especially in the home services business and pretty much every business that we encounter, what we sometimes do is sometimes we get people that are operating their like regular business with a regular domain, like you're using a free Gmail account, right? So if they're free using a free Gmail account, I'm telling you right now, it's always a bad idea for a multitude of reasons. Whenever you're running a business, whether it be consulting, HVAC, courses, or everything else, the last thing you want to do in any CRM, not just HighLevel, is operate at like nuno@gmail.com. The reason being is one, the Gmail that's there is not configurable. You can't add security to it. One, it's a little bit less secure. Two, you don't get all the business benefits of like having a drive and then having the ability of having a calendar and so forth. You can get a free calendar, but it's not a professional, and it limits the amount of things you can do. Now, if you're serious about the business you're going to build in your CRM, you always want to make sure that you're going to have like a particular, let's say, business email that is going to be professional. Now, I'll tell you, I never take anybody seriously that offers me something on email or anywhere else if they're doing from like, hotdad123@gmail.com. I'm not going to accept anything from you at that point because obviously you're lacking a little bit of professionalism, and I'm starting to judge whether or not that's it. On top of that, you're going to be so limited with what you're doing, right? So the first thing I go out and do is I go buy a domain. Now, for our particular case and everything that we're going to be doing today, we're going to be using Nuno's company in a multitude of different ways, and I'm going to show you what I mean, right? Now, when I use Nuno's company, I go to Cloudflare or GoDaddy. Those are the two main places I buy my domains from. I've been finding that Cloudflare, as of late, it happens to be one of my favorites. The reason being is because it's just cheap. It cost me $10 for this particular one today. And when I get this one, I can do a multitude of things, and I'll show you how powerful and how far we can take one domain and how many things we can do with it. Now, the first thing that I do is when a client comes to me, if they don't have a professional email or site, I go out and I tell them to go buy a domain. When I go and buy a domain, it could be anything. Obviously, you always want to try to get the .com, but if everybody gets caught up on this, it doesn't honestly matter. It could be a .com, .ai, .co. .com is always what you prefer, but you can't find it. Don't go paying ridiculous amount of money for a domain that, and honestly, as long as people can find it, it doesn't matter what the ending is. .com, though, is just what more people are used to. So I went out to Cloudflare as my first step, and I bought my domain. So first step, go buy a domain. Second step is go get a Google Workspace account so you can have a professional email when you're dealing with clients in everything that you do. So I'll teach you a little trick, and I'm going to teach you a lot of tricks today from everything that we have inside of here. So I come in here and I go to Google Workspace. And when I go into Google Workspace, I'm going to go over the left-hand side. I'm just going to click on Google Workspace here. Now, what Google tends to do, though, is they don't show you the cheaper plan in order for you to start. You don't need the most up-to-date plan on it. You can get away with their magical starter plan that's here. So this magical starter plan starts at $7. You can click on it. And from here, you would type whatever the business name is, right? So I'm going to go through this with you. And what I'll do is I'm going to come over here and we're going to just call all the businesses we're going to build today Nuno's company, okay? And then when I go to Nuno's company, I'm going to come over here and I'm coming over here and it's going to say Nuno's company. And then I'm going to have just me because I'm going to be the only one that's going to be presenting or the one that's going to be running the company. If you have more than like 3 employees or whatever, honestly, still pick just you because it'll keep it cheap while you're starting out. Then I hit next. It's going to ask my current other email address, and we're just going to name here. And at some point in time, it's going to have some personal stuff, so I'll move it over. But all it is I'm just setting up a professional email address that's going to come with a drive and an actual like calendar that I can use in setting up all my businesses, right? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here and it's going to ask me existing account found, and I'm going to say no, create a new Google Workspace account. And because I've already bought my domain in Cloudflare, I'm going to say set up an existing domain and continue with this method. And then the domain name that I literally just bought today, just for all of you, is Nuno's Company. I'm going to come over here, paste it, hit next. And then it says, great, use this domain for setup. Absolutely. And I'm going to create my first username. Now, again, this is where everybody gets really caught up on this and they start freaking out. Don't freak out. When you first get a professional email address, it's always smart to do your name, because I'm going to show you a trick where you can create multiple emails for free that all go to the same email today. So I'm going to come in here, and this one would be nuno@nunoscompany.com. And I'm just going to create some magical password to make it super easy. Again, this will all be canceled after today. This is all for purposes, but honestly, this is exactly what I do every time I open up a new business. All right. And I'm going to come in here, agree and continue. All right. We're going to just hit save for now because we want to save it. And it's going to then ask me for a credit card, which I'll take from that. Right. And from here, beautiful. This is the part that I want to make sure you guys understand. When you get the Google domain, because again, this is what you're going to need for HighLevel and any other CRM. It comes with all this stuff. For $8.40 a month, you're going to get 30 gigabytes of pooled storage that's going to be inside of your drive. You're going to get a professional email address that you can go through. You're going to get security and management controls, which is probably the most important spot. And then you're also going to get video conferencing. Honestly, for $8, it's pretty darn cool. And you can go ahead and do this. And guys, not to be funny, but if you guys go back and just rewatch the video, this is already on YouTube. It's going to stay on YouTube. So anything you miss, you guys can go back and do. And we're going to be posting the links for the scripts and everything else. Just literally rewind the video live on YouTube and you guys can watch it there. For anybody who's like, oh, I missed something. You didn't miss anything. It's live. You can go back and forth and do whatever you need. All right. Now in here, we have the starter pack. I'm going to go ahead and start the free trial. You know, again, just starting out is beyond enough of what you need. And now I'm just going to take it off screen while I go ahead and fill out that information and pull my wonderful credit card out as we do all of this. Now, the reason why you always want to do this, and I want to be very serious with this, because a lot of people will come to you, whether you're the customer and you don't have a professional email for yourself, or your customers that come with you in doing this. If you don't create a professional email address with a professional calendar and a drive, you are going to definitely experience like a little bit of annoyances and hardships later on. And you can't set up a professional email address without having, or, you know, inside of HighLevel, you know, HubSpot, any of these, if you don't have an actual professional email address that people can send an email to. So that's like one of the most important things. So let me just put in my card here just to kind of get this real quick. And then we're able to put it in. So give me 1 second, folks. So I'm going to bring this back over here. I put in my credit card info, going to put in my name. It's literally asking me add users to company. Okay. Username again. Oh, this is actually add users. I don't want to do that. My mistake. So let's erase this because I've already added myself as the first user. So we're not going to do that. We're actually going to go all the way to the bottom and skip for now. Now, if you wanted to do this to add an associate, like maybe, you know, a partner or a worker, you can go ahead and do that now. But most cases, you can always go back to that. I'm going to hit skip for now. Right now that I hit skip for now, I only got charged $8.40. But here's the most important part. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the ability of Google being able to send out emails from my domain. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit get started. And from get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign into Cloudflare. Now, this is what I meant by having this on Cloudflare and also having it on like the combination of Google and Cloudflare is that Google can talk to Cloudflare without you having to physically add what we call domain records, which are all these sometimes very difficult for people to do. And this is what Google is going to add on our behalf. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into Cloudflare, which I already am. And by the way, one of the little secrets here is always have it signed in first. You notice I even went to Google. I was already signed into Cloudflare. So I'm going to go ahead and hit authorize. Awesome. And what it's going to do is Google Workspace is communicating with my domain provider, Cloudflare, and it's going to start adding records for everything we need. Now, the reason this is important, and I want you guys to watch, because I guarantee you're going to go back and watch this, I am going to share you guys some ridiculous tips on how to save a ton of money while looking professional, and more importantly, getting it set up the right way so you have the best head start when it comes to email. Because email, I got to be honest, is a little tricky. So what it did is Google communicated with Cloudflare and already said, hey, I see what I can do here. And now what I have is that I now can go ahead and have Google do all the hard things to make my email work, so then I don't have to put them in. So I'm going to hit activate Gmail. And then in here, I'm going to hit continue. And all it's doing right now is it's going to add what we call a record into my Cloudflare for me. So then I can start sending email out of this account. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to Cloudflare. All right. Well, I don't know why it's saying logged in, because I'm already logged in. So hopefully it'll just log me in without creating all this nonsense. All right, let's go there. Let's go to domains, overview, and we should see Nuno's company. Beautiful. Oh, nope, that's not it. Back up. Nuno's company. All right. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I guess it's not communicating. Okay, well, in this situation where Cloudflare is not automatically going in, it means that I'm going to have to physically add the record. So it's saying, you know what, for some odd reason, something's not working with Cloudflare where it's automatically adding the record. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this manually, which is going to be a great lesson for you all, because you're going to see how to add a record to send email out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this mail server smtp.google. I'm going to go to Cloudflare here. I'm going to go to DNS on the left-hand side. I'm going to go to records on the left-hand side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add our first record that is needed in order for me to send out an email. So I'm going to hit add record, and it asks me, okay, well, what kind of record do we need to add? So anytime you have to send and receive email, you have to add something called an MX record. So we're going to come over here and it's going to be MX. And because this is our main email that we're going to be using every single day from what we call the root domain. And guys, all this fancy terms this means, a root domain is this domain before the .com. This thing right here is called the root. All right. So it's saying use the @ symbol for the root. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the @ symbol. And then it's going to ask me, well, what mail server? How are we sending email through whom? Right? So right here, we're sending it through Google. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to drop this in here. And then it asks priority. And it tells me that priority is number 1. If this is a different language to you, just honestly follow along, because this is a little bit more complicated, but it doesn't have to be. Just basically do what I'm telling you. All right. So I added my first record. Woo! We got our email. We're able to send out. And what I'll do is, let me just close this one down. I'll go ahead and say this little checkbox right here, hit confirm, and we're ready to rock and roll. Now, awesome. Okay, what it's saying is great. It seems like your email is verified. You're ready to go. And it says, let's get you started to explore information or do whatever else. But you're going to notice it says authenticate outgoing emails. This one is already important and we want to do it. So what we're going to do is hit authenticate. And it's going to say, hey, I can generate this DKIM record. Now, a DKIM record is a security record that gives you a very personalized token. Each one of us will have a different one that tells other inboxes, like other Google inboxes and other Microsoft inboxes and Yahoo inboxes, that my email is legit and cool, and it's allowed for you to put in there. So what I'm going to do is hit generate key, and it's going to give me this crazy whole bunch of stuff. But the way to think about this is just follow along. And if you don't have these already inside of your Google, this is something you're definitely going to want to add, because Google nowadays requires you to have the 3 important security records. We're adding the first one, which is called a DKIM, in order for you to have the best chances of not ending up in spam right when you first out. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit add record. And the first record we have to add is, again, the security record is going to be what's called a DKIM. And the type of record it is a text record. Now it says for name, but this one has a special name. It's Google_domain key. I'm just going to grab that and I'm going to drop it in here under the name. And then it gave me this big, crazy long thing. This is actually your token. and I'm going to copy and paste it where it says content. Once I do that, I'm going to hit save, and congratulations, guys, you have your first security record. Okay. I got to go back to Google though and say, hey, this is cool. I'm ready to go. Confirm. Now that I confirmed, let's see what it says. Okay. Now it's saying, okay, we're kind of cool, but Nuno knows. And what I want to share with you guys is that there's 2 other security records we want to add to ensure the best success of our emails not going into spam and ending up in the inbox. And all it does is increase our chances, right? If we write crappy emails with really bad subject lines, a lot of pictures and a lot of links, the odds of it going to spam are going to be significantly high, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and what we're going to do is literally look up Google SPF Record. Okay. And what's great about, the search is it gives us what we got to put in right here. Look, it was literally the first search. AI came on and it says, here's the SPF record for Google. So I'm just going to highlight this and I'm going to copy it. Okay. And I'm going to go back to my Cloudflare account and I'm going to add the second security record. And in here, this is also called a text record. And I'm going to come in here. I'm going to put the root symbol again because it's for my main one. And then the thing we just copied right here, I'm going to drop it in the content. All right. And it should look exactly like this. V equals SPF1, include :SPF.google.com with the little whatever that is, tilde and all. Right. And congratulations, you now added your second email security record. But there's one more. Now we're going to type Google DMARC record. And trust me, guys, I'm telling you right now, this is not a waste of time. If you are doing this for yourself and your business and you are doing this for clients, you will save yourself enormous, and I mean enormous amounts of headaches later on when you're trying to send email and you're like, why is my email going into spam? That's 9 times out of 10 the reason why. And that's why I want to make sure you guys are aware, right? So I'm going to come over here and guess what it does? It gives me a sample record. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to show you how to set it up in here. I'm going to go back to Cloudflare and I'm going to add my third security record. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit add and I'm going to select text. And in text here, I'm going to put in, now this is a little tricky, underscore DMARC. And then in the content, I'm going to paste what I found. But there's one key change I got to make. Right now it says your email at yourdomain.com. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to DMARC. Instead of your domain, we already know what my domain is, right? It's nunoscompany.com. And now I'm set to go. Remember, all I changed was this little part right here. Everything else for now stays the same. Later on, this little thing that says none will turn to reject over time. But again, not necessarily needed now. You will see this a little bit later on, right? And I'm going to hit save. Rocking and rolling. We installed our email ability to send email in and out. We installed the 3 main security records. And now I'm a legit business. But we're not done yet. Luno's going to show you all the tips and tricks and secrets in here, right? So I go back. Let me just kind of eliminate some records here so we don't get confused. I go back to that open window I had in Google Workspace, and it says explore premium workflow features. I'm going to say get started. But what I'm going to do is I'm not sure yet. I'm going to get all of these. I just want to get out of here. Yeah, not sure. Awesome. I cheat, right? So the second all this is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat and go over to the right-hand side. And you see these 9 little dots? This is called the waffle menu. It took me forever to figure that out, by the way. And the waffle menu is right here. I'm going to hit the 9 little dots. And when I hit the 9 little dots, look at all the cool things that come with my Google Workspace for $8.40. Just giving you what I use on a daily basis, because this is honestly the most proven and true way to go about making a business. And what's great is when you go and connect this to GoHighLevel, then that's because everything that you have in order for you to do this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I want to go to admin. This little thing that looks like a weird hexagon, 9 little dots. I hit admin. And now when I hit admin, I'm going to teach you the first trick. I go over to the left-hand side. I go to this little tiny man and I go to users. And inside of users, I find my name. In my name, I click on it. And if you guys cheat a little bit and go over to the left-hand side, look what it says there. Add alternate emails. So what I like to do is I come over here and I make a sales department. I make info, or let's say team. I make, let's say, what do we have? Team and admin, and I'll make the DMARC one. So all my DMARC emails go in there. At some point in time, you'll finally know what that is. And now I come in here and I have 4 different emails just for that one business, and I hit save. Isn't that cool? I just created all these alternate emails, but we're not kind of done yet because we want to go in there and we want to activate all these emails so we can use it. So the next thing that I do after I create all my aliases, and I do this for my clients also, I come over here to the 9 little dots. I go over to my Gmail, pops up another window. And in here, I'm going to come over here to this little tiny settings area. And I'm going to come in here and hit see all settings. And then once I see all settings, I'm going to go to inboxes. And what I'm going to do is actually accounts. Sorry, you're going to go to accounts. I'm going to add all those aliases, or at least one of them, so you guys can see it. I go to sales@nunoscompany.com, hit the next step. And now I have the ability of either replying when I create a new email, replying from either Nuno or sales. Isn't that cool? And now you have the ability of doing that. Super, super, super easy in how to do this, right? So that's something that we're going to have as anything you do inside of here. So you can do this like 17 times over if you like, and that ends it there. And now the other thing that I do right off the bat, and again, I do this for all my clients, I go to Drive and I create folders for my clients in order for them to have it. So I'm going to come over here. This is going to be the first client is going to be, the first folder will be, let's say, brand. This is where all my brand stuff is going to go. The second folder is going to be taxes. Everybody hates those, but you got to do it. The other one is going to be clients. You know, I'll even create like a personal file for them. You can color coordinate them. You can get crazy. Personal, you know, and then you could do one with like images, logos. And the reason I do this is so my client feels super comfortable in knowing that they just made a really good investment getting Google. All right, now Google's all set. I have all of this. You could create signatures. Yeah, you could spend a lot of time in here, but I want to make sure that we at least have this all set up so we can move into the next phase, which is going into HighLevel, our favorite tools. And again, anybody logging in at a later point in time, if you don't have an account yet, make sure you're hitting the barcode. We have 50% off right now for 3 months in all the plans. Plus, if you use my link, you get all the affiliate bonuses. So make sure you're doing that so you can get under my affiliate so I can take care of you. All right, so I'm going to come out of here. And now, we actually just want to stay in Cloudflare, but I'll pull that up in another screen for you all. And what we're going to do is we're going to create our first sub account in order to basically start building our first business, which is going to be a home services business. Now, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to type in Nuno's Home Service Company. And I know, very generic name, right? But like that, you guys will know what it is. Okay. And the second gift's about to come. Second gift is about to come. So be aware, start getting ready. Nuno's Home Services Company. I'm going to add it manually because obviously it's not a real business. I'm going to create a name. This is me adding a sub account into HighLevel manually. For anybody that's on the agency plan that watched day 1 and day 2, you wouldn't need to do this, but you know, in this case you do. I'm going to do nunoscompany.com. Company, the business name is going to be Nuno's Home Services Company. Okay. The business niche, we're going to fill that out. This will just say home services. Hopefully they'll have something. Home builder for now. All right. And then business phone, 1-800-555-1212. Okay. And then address is going to be 123 Fake Street, Fake City, Fake. Well, we'll keep New Jersey live and strong here. And then the country will be the US. Okay. All right. We have everything. Oh, for some odd reason that did not take. And this is me creating the sub account for anybody joining in a little bit later. We are creating the first sub account in HighLevel. We just installed a domain. We bought it. We went through all that whole thing. And this is going to be my own account or my client's account. So I'm just going to say client. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit add sub account. Time zone. Oop, let's pick that. So this is going to be East Coast. All right. And we'll hit add sub account. Cool. So we're going to do home services first, then we're going to get into some of the other ones. The first free gift was a client script. If you miss it, just rewind. You'll be able to get it with the barcodes. All right. Now in here, this is the home services area. Now I want to switch into that sub account. So what I'm going to do is just type Nuno's Company, Nuno's Home Services Company, and voila, I'm in the account. Dun, dun, dun. And we're going to start the build. So again, free gift is coming. It's coming soon, but I want to keep you guys a little bit in suspense. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to settings. And the first thing that we're going to do though is, this is what I always love to do, is go to domains and URL redirects, because this could be all done right at one time. So if I come through here, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Cloudflare. I don't know why it kicked me out. but I think I actually closed myself out. And I'm going to add all my domains first because it's just easier to do that. Let me just pull off to the side here. So the reason I add the domains first is, I'll tell you, it happens to be like once you're in the domain area, it's kind of dumb not to just do everything at once and knock it all out for yourself and for your clients. So I will be on an onboarding call with my client, or I'll be the client. I'll go to their domain provider, whether it's GoDaddy, Namecheap, Cloudflare. And then what I do is I come in here and I always do the domains first. The reason being is, one, once the domains are in there, you're kind of locked. And it's kind of the hardest part of the setup. Once I show you how easy you can make the setup, and then you can focus on everything else and spend a little bit more time on everything else. Like, get the dumb things out of the way a little bit. And the domains are actually pretty easy. I just like to do them all at once. Like that, I don't have to worry about it again. So I log into my domain provider. I go to the account I just created. Inside the account I just created, I go to the bottom left-hand side. I go to settings. And in here, what I'll do is I'll go all the way down to domains and URLs, and I'll start installing the domain. Now, you have the ability of buying a domain directly from HighLevel. What I tend to do is, like I said, I always like buying them on Cloudflare. Just call me a creature of habit. I've been doing it for years. And I just like the way they service everything. So between GoDaddy and Cloudflare, I find it really useful to buy there. So I always buy mine there, but you can buy them here. I just like having my eggs in different baskets just in case. But I'm a little old school, right? I'm almost 50 years old. So therefore, I've been down when this was really hard. Now I come back down and I hit connect a domain on the bottom because I already have a domain bought. And the first thing I want to do is set up my funnel, website, and store blog webinar domain. So I come in here and I connect. Now, got to pause here for a little bit because this is where most people make massive mistakes, especially if you're doing this for your client or for yourselves. If you already have a website up anywhere, Wix, Squarespace, SiteGround, HostSinger, it doesn't matter. You cannot use that domain in here at the root form, meaning if it was Nuno.com and Nuno.com exists somewhere already, you cannot use that domain in here. So the reason being is because the second you have a domain in a website already and you try to put it in here, you will bring that domain down because you're going to add records in here and it's going to delete the records that already exist. Again, do not add a domain in here that is already added somewhere else. Now I'll go around ways to do it because you can add what's called a subdomain in here. But if your domain already exists in another area, do not put your main domain in here. But in our case, what is this? A brand new domain. So I 100% can put my domain in here. So I'm going to come over here, nunoscompany.com. All right. I typed it out. I hit continue. And then it asks, hey, do you also want to include the www? And the answer is yes. What I put in was the root. The root is everything like the main domain, which is like the nunoscompany before the .com. That's the root. If anything like www, go, Mary, Don, John, it doesn't matter. .nunoscompany, that's called the subdomain. And later on, I'm going to show you how we're going to use those too. And if you do this right here and you want to add the www, which I recommend, all I have to do is to continue. It's going to ask, all right, we're going to try to find your provider's detail because we want to see if you can add the records on your behalf. Now, guess what Cloudflare has? A direct relationship with HighLevel. So all I have to do is come over here, authorize domain. It's already logged in and it's going to say, hey, listen, Nuno, I'm going to add these two records on your behalf. One is the www, the other one is the actual domain so we can build sites. And I'm going to hit authorize. That's it. Beautiful. I'm done here, right? Nothing more to do than that. It just, we are doing that. Super simple. It's now communicating with Cloudflare. And I'm going to now add the domain in order to have it all in here. Super simple, not complicated at all. This is also why I like to buy the domains in Cloudflare and everything else. So this is what I do. Now, it's saying it couldn't find the name records. Sometimes this will happen because it's, it's just taking a little bit of time to go to Cloudflare and say, hey, I really don't see anything yet. So all you have to do is hit try again. And usually after the second go around, it's going to go through. For anybody that has existing sites, watch in the next kind of variation that I do this in so you can see it. Now, the second I added it, it's been added because it says, okay, what funnel or domain do you want to add? And right now I don't have anything up, so I'm going to say no, nothing. So proceed to finish. But we're not finished yet because now that I added the main domain where I'm going to put my funnel or my website in, I now want to add other domains of things I need to do inside of here. if I go back, right, now that this domain is added, and I go over to the right-hand side and I hit manage, inside of manage, I'm going to go to connect. And in connect, notice I have email and branded domains and client portal. Super important, because here's where it gets a little confusing and tricky. Remember I told you needed a professional email address in order to send out? Well, even with the professional email address, let's make believe I had a 10,000 person email list that I normally do business with. And now I want to send bulk emails out to that list. If you try to do that from your Google account, your professional Google account, you'll have a limit anywhere from 100 to 500 a day. Again, depends on the account, and you'll be limited. The reason why we have to not only have a professional account, but we also have to have an email server, which is what we're going to build in here inside of HighLevel, is that it allows me to send bulk email out. So if I come in here and I go to the email, I'm going to connect my email to let me send emails out of here. Now, the reason this is important is GoHighLevel has the ability of sending bulk email out on your behalf, but you can't use your regular root domain because it's already being used by Google. So what we're going to do is create our first subdomain. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to hit connect, and I'm going to use a subdomain, which is anything before the root. And in my case, I'm going to put in replies.nunozcompany.com. This replies allows me to use my domain in a different instance without disturbing the main domain. Think about that. I'm using the main domain to send emails out through Google. I can't use the main domain because it's going to mess up my Google that I literally just set up. So what am I doing? I'm creating an email server that will allow me to send bulk email. That's what this is all about. So I can create as many subdomains as I want in any instances of all my emails and all my settings. And I'll show you what I mean by that as we keep creating other accounts and we move into other, different styles. Like we're going to go from this to consultant and goes from there, right? So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit add and verify. And what it's going to do is it's going to add the records in order to do this. So again, it's communicating with Cloudflare, and it's going to allow me to create my mail server so I can send mail out from my CRM. Now, all these records, some of them are going to look similar, like meaning now, you remember I told you the MX records are the ones that allow you to send and receive email? Well, that's those two right there. Then we have text message. This is our SPF, our DMARC, and a DKIM, but it's for the subdomain, not my main domain. A little confusing. This is something you're going to have to listen to a couple times when you rewind this back. And again, this will be free forever. So you guys will have the ability of watching this on slow-mo 10,000 times. And what you're going to do is hit authorize. It's going to communicate with Cloudflare. And if it doesn't, we're going to have to add these records. So what I like to do is hit auto configure. For some odd reason, that didn't look like it worked. Let's see. And auto configure that I hit in the bottom just said, you know what? I want Cloudflare to do it. So I'm going to hit authorize domain. And now that I'm authorizing domain, it's going to add all the records on my behalf. So I don't have to do this, because I don't know if you remember earlier on in the video when I had to add those Google records, I literally had to add them one by one. And in this case, I'm not going to do it. So it's go ahead and doing it. Well, it looked like it verified, but let's go back. It looks like it already verified all my records, but I'm going to go back and check. So the way to check to make sure that all the records were added properly, I'm going to hit these three little dots up here. I'm going to hit verify domain, and I'm looking for all green. All green means that GoHighLevel added all the records I need to send email out of my CRM, which is HighLevel. And if I go to DNS records, look what's all added here. It added all the ones that say replies. So cool. I'm ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to hit verify domain one more time. And the way I know that my domain is verified and ready to send out, you'll see this green little SSL secured. Guys, honestly, I can't even tell you how many people struggle with this. The way I'm showing you to do it in the order I'm showing you to do it will save you countless of hours later on. Now, here's the other really hidden secret that I want to make sure everybody has. Because if you guys don't get this, again, your email will go to spam. So I'm going to try to explain this in as much plain English as I can, but I'm hoping you guys can catch on. Think of it this way, right? In 2024, Google decided to make a rule that says anytime you start sending massive bulk email and you start using a service like HighLevel, MailChimp, ConvertKit, Active Campaign. Those were tools all to send email. They said you cannot send from an email address that is not real and is not you. So another confusion part, to not make this less confusing, make believe today I wanted to send an email from my company that I just literally am creating, Nuno at nunoscompany.com. Because I've created all these security records and I've made the real address of Nuno at nunoscompany.com, I can send from that email. But if I decided all of the time to send an email now from, let's say, John at johnscompany.com from this account, it will leave this account, has John from johnscompany.com, go to the inbox, and the inbox is going to be, what the heck is going on? I see Nuno Company trying to send John at johnscompany.com. If there is a mismatch from domains, you're going to end up in spam. Don't shoot the messenger. That is all Google. So when setting up any company, it is very important that you guys set this up the right way. Now, here's a little secret that I'm going to help you cheat with. Because sometimes we're human beings and we make a lot of mistakes. If you go over to the left-hand side after you configured the domain and you got the green little SSL security and you go to these three little dots, we're going to do something called set headers. When we set the headers, what we're going to do is set the name and the email it's going out of every single time I send an email out of my tool, my CRM. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to type in Nuno, right? Because that's my name. And then I'm going to type in the email. But pay attention to what I'm doing in the email, because this will help your deliverability when you're first warming up or starting your business. I type in Nuno because that's the email address I created. Remember, Nuno at nunoscompany.com. We saw me do it live. And I go at, but then I type in replies. Can anybody tell me why I type in replies? Because I am now warming up my email and I'm sending from a server. If I match my domain to the actual server domain when it sends out, the inboxes like Microsoft, Yahoo, Google will really like that. And it'll say, hey, this looks like a real legit email. Like, let's let them in the inbox. I know this is such a little tiny step, but if you guys don't follow this, or if you do follow it, this will help you tremendously later on as you guys are building this out. So very important. You're going to hit save. And now anytime an email comes out of my inbox, it's going, my CRM, it's going to have the name and the email directly from here. Isn't that pretty crazy? So that becomes my email that I send out of. But if you guys want to get really fancy and make believe this is for you, for your business, and what you're trying to do is that sometimes we send emails like a newsletter or a promotion or a nurturing sequence to get customers to buy from us or book appointments from us. And maybe I want to create two different paths so I don't necessarily mess up a domain if people all of a sudden say, I don't want to get this. So sometimes what I like to do is I created replies. I like to create a secondary one. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a second email sending domain. It has to be the same domain though. I want to make sure you guys understand, because if you try to do something else, it gets a little confusing. So I'm going to create another domain, add domain. And this one I'm going to do no reply. And you know why I want to do no reply? This is going to be for like things like notifications, transactions like receipts, maybe email reminders where I really don't want the customer replying to that email. So I'm going to do no reply .nunoscompany.com. Okay. Now this is a little bit more advanced. We're not going to do this with everything that we build, but this is something that I want to show you on the first one. And if you want to do it, just do it. It's not going to hurt you any to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit add and verify. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to go to Cloudflare and it's going to create a second subdomain to send emails out of. All right. So we're going to let Cloudflare do its thing. Authorize. Okay. Now, remember, I need green check marks. Sometimes if these green check marks don't come up right away, you're going to go to the top of your browser, hit the little refresh key. Beautiful. All green. I'm ready to be verified. Verify domain. Three little dots again. I'm going to set the headers, and then I'm going to do Nuno Tavares or whatever your company's name, or you can do Nuno's company. Up to you guys. This one we're probably going to do because this is going to be all the transactional ones. So we're going to say Nuno's company. Okay. And maybe this one is team at noreply.nunoscompany.com. Okay. Now here's a fancy trick. Come over here to domain configuration. And now I get to select which server I want to go on. So let's just think about this logically, right? Calendar domain, there's just going to be like letting them know that there's a reminder. I'm going to choose no reply. Payments, no reply. One-on-one conversations, replies. Bulk email, replies. Things coming out of campaigns, replies. Workflows, things that are coming out of workflows, no reply. Client portal, this is going to be a little client portal, the members area or the community area, no reply. And then the default one, we're going to leave as replies. This way, you can keep things always sending out any way, which way you want to make it super easy for all your businesses. You do this for your clients and your clients will love you. You do this for your regular company and you guys are going to kill it. This is always makes it where it's really good delivery. And again, because we're setting up everything the right way from the beginning, you guys will have that advantage over everybody else. This is stuff nobody's showing you guys. This is why we're taking our time today. We're building all this out and you want to do this every single time with your clients and even for yourself. So if you haven't done this for yourself, make sure you do it for yourself. Okay. Now we did our emails. Our emails are set. We have 2 email servers. We have a domain for our funnels, but let's not stop there. Let's add the other domains that I believe are valuable. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to the left-hand side menu. And by the way, this is our menu on the left and this is our menu on the top. So whenever I refer to those, just understand that you have it. One more thing actually before we move over that we might want to do to kind of increase our, let's just say our chances always a little bit more. If I want replies also going to my email address, what I will do is I will click on reply and forward settings and I will do Nuno's company, because remember, this is my Gmail inbox because I want to see all the replies that people give me going into my inbox. I'll say nunoscompany.com. Now this is important. A lot of people make massive mistakes on here. A lot of people make massive mistakes. They will not hit enter. If you don't see this thing turning into a gray box, you did not hit enter. You got to make sure you hit enter. If you don't hit enter, it's not going to save. Nothing happens. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit save, right? Another little inside secret. What if I want to check my reputation of email when I'm starting out? You're going to go to this thing called Postmaster Tools and you're going to connect Google Postmaster. This is advanced, very advanced, but what it'll do is you could check your reputation of exactly how you're going to do all of this, right? I'm going to go over to Nuno's company. I'm going to create a Postmaster account. And guess what it's going to do? HighLevel is going to automatically connect a Google Postmaster account for me so I can monitor Google's reputation of my email addresses. Super, super, super advanced for everybody. Super crazy tip. Hope you guys are going to go there. All right. Now I'm leaving this now. And now what I'm going to do is add the additional domain things that I believe are really helpful. I'm going to now go to domains and URLs and redirects. Okay. I'm going to go down and remember, I already have my main domain in here, nunoscompany.com, but there's some really cool things that HighLevel adds that makes it such a cool, badass software. What I'm going to do is I have my emails in here. I have my funnels, my websites ready to go. If I hit connect, there's 2 other things in here I want to add. First is a branded domain. This is so cool. So I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but sometimes when you send things out of CRMs, they create these really ugly emails that are unprofessional. And they'll say HubSpot, they'll say HighLevel, they'll say weird things, right? You can brand a domain that anytime you're sharing a link to a company or to a client outside of this, it has your domain in there instead of somebody else's. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here. We're going to hit connect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a link domain that every time a link comes out of my business, it's going to have my professional brand and my professional domain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go where it says branded domain, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in link.nunoscompany.com. Now, pop quiz. What is link? It's a subdomain. I can add as many of these as I want. It could be link, it could be links, it could be go here, it could be whatever the heck you want. And you can add as many subdomains throughout this whole experience as much as you want. So I'm going to go ahead and click on link and I'm going to hit this add domain. And look what pops up. it pops up a little, basically coming up here, it pops it up. So then now here I can hit continue. And from here, I hit authorized domain. From authorized domain, it's going to add the link domain for me. So I hit authorize. It can take up to 30 seconds. Guys, this is everything that all the gurus miss. Nobody teaches you this stuff. And this is completely free, but the free gift is coming up. I'm going to show you a template that we're going to be leveraging in here that you all can have for absolutely free. I'm going to share that with you in a second. So from here, look, I got the links domain in here, okay? But we're not done. We're going to create one more. I'm going to tell you the power of creating one more, and then we're going to start setting up the business. So now I got this link out of the way. I'm going to go back to my left side menu, go back to domains and URLs, and now I'm going to hit manage. And there's this crazy other connect thing. Again, another crazy powerful tool that HighLevel gives you, which is Client Portal. Now, Client Portal is where you have your community and your memberships. Now, you're going to say, well, I'm a plumber. Why do I need a community? Well, I'm a plumber or an electrician or a roofer. Why do I need a members area? I'll tell you why. If imagine you're one of these, like, let's say a builder of any sort, right? Because we're doing home services first, and you have an audience, like make believe it's your local town, and you maybe build a little community where it's all your local town members that have a really great past clients that you can drop and do it in here. I can create a little portal and make a little community for all my customers where they can go in there and talk about things and why they got this roof or their plumbing problems that they're having, maybe even share some tips and tricks in there. Or maybe I want to have them watch an onboarding video, like, what happens like when we build your roof, or I'm a plumber. Here's all the things that we have. I'm telling you guys, build communities. It does not matter what business you are in. I know this incredible guy, man. He's a plumber. His name is Ralph. Cool guy. 10 million followers on YouTube. Do you think he's hurting for business? Because what does that do? It creates this, like, how do I say it? Like this, like command presence, like the understanding that you are an expert in what you do. Like, you guys, after this video, you guys will have no doubt that I can build an account for you, right? Why? Because I'm showing my expertise off. But if I build a community and I build a membership area where people can go and grab this stuff and keep learning from me, I'm building a pool of people where they have my trust. I'm gaining their loyalty. And over time, eventually, hopefully, they'll buy from me, and we're building that. Tell me that does not sound a good idea for the normal person out there. And I'm not even kidding. There's a woman who owns a pickle store. To this place, I have no idea how she stays engaged or like in business, until I figured out she has a community with 30,000 people literally talking about pickles, people. And that's how she does all of her business, because her community, every time she comes up with a new flavor, she announces her to whole community, a pickle store. So I want you guys to think in that way. So what we're going to do for our clients is, even if they're not going to use it, we're going to create the community and membership area for them so they have it forever. And one day they want to use it, boom, it's done. And by the way, our surprise is coming up in the next few minutes, because the other gift that's going to be with you is going to be inside my community. All right. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit connect, and we're going to go to the client portal. In the client portal, what kind of domain are we going to use in here? Is it going to be our root domain? Absolutely not. It is going to be our subdomain. But now what we're going to do is create portal.Nuno's company. I'm using portal. Guys, use whatever you want. Use cheese, use home, use go, use Mary, use Don. It doesn't matter what your sub, which is the first part of domain, is. It just matters that you have one there. I'm going to go portal.nunoscompany.com, and I'm going to hit add domain. And guess what? Look what comes up again. Here's our buddy Cloudflare trying to get involved. Cool. And in here, I'm going to hit authorize domain, and it automized domain. Yeah, members, Kenneth, anything you say. Hub, members. Like I said, literally cheese, cat, dog, Mary, pot. It doesn't matter what you put in there, man. Put whatever you want in there. The main point is that you understand the subdomain concept in order for you to do it. So if you have a company, any company, you're like, oh man, I'm really hurting for customers, but make believe you already had like 100 customers, just go ahead and do that. Now, if I get this error right here, but if that's the case, you know what? Let's change this to portals and just add an S and see if we can get that going. So I'm going to hit add again. Nuno's company, right? I didn't spell that wrong. Okay. Boom. And if it gives it an error, we're going to try one more time and then we're going to go from there. I love using Cloudflare with HighLevel. I think it's one of the better ones. Again, just an opinion, guys, but everybody will tell you different. See, GoDaddy works really well too. It just configures. And the fact that I can do this and I don't have to like manually add records, it saves so much time on setup. So, and it makes it so much easier for clients. All right, so it's having issues. So what I'm going to do is add record manually, and I'm going to do portals. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to add record in here. I'm going to go to, it's going to be a CNAME record. I just know that from doing this a gazillion times. And I'm going to grab the client portal part, take out the orange proxy, hit save. It says it already exists. Where is it? Let's see. It's so weird. There's a weird timing issue. All right. So if it says it already exists, all right, I'm just going to hit verify records and it should automatically verify. Let's see if it does it. If not, we'll move on. I don't want to waste time. All right. So we're going to skip. We'll come back to it. That's definitely a high level bug that's happening right now. So we're going to let this be and we're going to come back to it later on. Now, here's surprise number 2. Surprise number 2 is Nuno has a pretty active Skool community and I want you guys all to be part of it. So inside this community, your first free gift, just on the free side, we have paid side where we have classrooms. We have a full calendar of events. Actually, we have some really cool events coming up real soon where you have all these different business tools. Well, inside these business tools, if you're on the trial or you are just starting out and you don't have cash, you can join our free community in here. And you in here, not only do you have like exactly everything that's part of our program, but if you come in out, we have business tools that we use and all the discounts that we have in here. We have high-level beginner course, which is just the 17 videos you need to get started. Honestly, if you're a complete beginner. And then if you come back, there is this incredible funnel bricks suite, which is somewhere in here. Hold on. Funnel bricks. This is our snapshot that we use for everybody. And I'm going to teach you guys how to install a snapshot. But before I do, I'm going to give you guys the link to join the community. I'm going to post it everywhere for you guys to join. And for anybody that wants to go a little bit higher up and you want to join our particular community where we rock it out in there every single week, where we have calls and it's going to be group calls, it's 30% off on our plans right now. So if you haven't joined yet, make sure you do. All VIPs get a lot more things. They get all the high-level mastery courses. We have AI snapshots. We have Claude co-work. There's 2 levels. Based on the level that you get is the extra additional courses and workshops that I do. You'll get access to those. So for anybody that is already using HighLevel and you can't come under my affiliate, and by the way, if you join under my affiliate link, all of this is free for you because again, I love taking care of my affiliates and making sure that you guys have everything that you possibly need. But this is the only time that we're going to be offering our 30% off for our memberships. It will go up just because of the demand in there. I mean, but this community is hopping, man. We got over 4,000 something members in here, 81 online. I'm constantly in here. This is not a dead community. Literally, the poll I got for this thing happened with my community. My community members voted on what they wanted to see done, and that's what we did. So it's a great place to hang if you're just starting out to try to figure out HighLevel. You want like-minded people in here trying to figure it all out. I share a lot of things in our calendar and in our group calls. Our group calls are with me. Sometimes I'll have a special guest, sometimes covering. Like, for instance, I'm going to Japan for like basically 2 weeks and a half, and I'll have a very special guest covering during that time frame, but that's pretty much the only time I take off. Every time after that, it's just me. And then we have these crazy little workshops. Some of them are AI related. Some of them are, HighLevel related. And sometimes we get special guests. So it is pretty badass. Recommend if you can't do the paid, come in for the free and you're going to download the second free gift, which is by far a snapshot that literally I use with all my, and not only do I give it to you, I also tell you everything about it. It helps you install lead magnets and businesses, but it's going to be the template that I'm going to use to basically install everything that I'm going to do for pretty much the majority of the demonstrations I'm going to give you today, right? So second free gift, you're going to go into the community, the free community just now. Once you go in the free community, make sure you go into the community, go into the classroom. In the classroom, find the one that says Funnel Bricks Full AI Bot Suite. Click it, go to where it says install Snapshot. By the way, there's a video on how to do it, but we're going to go over it now. And then you see where it says affiliates.gohighlevel.com. This is the affiliate. Well, it is an affiliate link, but this is the snapshot link that I want you guys to get completely and utterly free. And right now, guys, the plans are automatically at 47. Like my Skool plan is already there. If you guys come in here and hit upgrade membership, this is already at the 30% off. It's going to go up in price in the next like probably 1 to 2 weeks. So join now and you're grandfathered in at that price when the price goes up. All right. So keep that in mind as you go through. Literally, you're in the community. Go to the upgrade membership and you're able to get it in there. It'll be phenomenal for you guys to do that. All right. And then now that you guys understand where to get the second free gift, Classroom, Funnel Bricks, and now here. Now, people get really messed up on how to install a snapshot. Now, I got to make sure you fully understand the different parts of this. If you got a HighLevel account through HighLevel, there's a special way you install the snapshot. If you are under somebody else's white label, you have to give the snapshot link to the person that has your white label. Unfortunately, there is nothing Nuno can do about that to make that different. So when you're taking advantage of this snapshot, if you got your own HighLevel account using my affiliate link or somebody else's or whatever, but you're literally getting it through HighLevel, you can get the snapshot. I'm going to show you how to install it. But if you are under somebody else's white label of HighLevel, means a different version, you have to go there and you basically have to ask them. You give them this link and say, Mr. Person that owns the white label that I'm under, can you please install this snapshot in my account? All right. So that's how we want to make sure we get it. These videos will help you set all of that up. Plus, in the community, in the classroom, if you're paying attention, I already kind of said this, in the free community, you do not pay, free community. For all the people that are having a hard time understanding what free community is and free, you have a HighLevels course, 6-week course. You can take it in one day if you like. We just broke it up to 6 weeks to make it easy. And then you come in here and the funnel bricks is free. It is free, guys. I'm more than positive. There's a time unlock. It's not the premium tier. We don't know why we did that. Standard, guys. My mistake. If it wasn't free, it should show up. All right. Somebody made a mistake there. It wasn't us. It's free in there, guys. It's still free. It's not blocked. So that was my mistake. I was yelling, but then it was my mistakes. My apologies. Sorry about that. No, that is free. The funnel bricks is always free. Our other ones are not. The funnel bricks is. Funnel bricks is free. Go back in and refresh your screen. If it wasn't free, it is free now. So my apologies. I messed up on that one. All right. It is free now. I just literally made it free. You guys watched me do it live. And I will beat the crap out of people later who make me look like an ass. All right. So there you go. All right. I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to actually drop it in so you guys all can have it, just in case that's giving you a lot of trouble. All right. And this, again, not only does it have the video for you guys how to install it, I also included the link in there. So our other snapshots are not free, the ones that we're going to talk a little bit about later on, but this one is free. But anyway, you guys can grab it. I also posted it inside, so you're good to go. Okay, great. Now that that's good to go, the next thing that we're going to do, and this is super important, and again, I'm going to repeat this again, because now we're at the point where we have to install the template to use to build our account for HVAC or whatever the heck we want to do. So the way you install a snapshot is a little difficult. So what you have to do is you come in here. We're going to open up another tab. We're going to do app.GoHighLevel.com. And what I'm going to do is actually, before I do that, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come back to this account right here. And I'm going to first go to settings, my staff, and then I'm going to create a user. All right. So I'm going to hit add user. This is going to be Nuno Tavares. And I'm going to add Nuno at nunoscompany.com. Okay. And I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to make Nuno obviously an admin because that's me. And then from here, you're going to hit save. And then we're going to go from there. All right. Now that I've created the user, I'm going to go back and check the Gmail for the account that I created. And we'll go back and we'll do that one step again. So I'm going to go to Gmail. Cool. And then I'm going to go over to Nuno's company. And I should have an email in there. If not, then we have a little problem that we have to resolve on Gmail. Interesting. So let's go to admin. Wonder why the email is not working and find out why we're not getting the mail, because we need the mail to come in order to get the account started. So I think I have to pay first and I don't want to pay. So maybe that's why. So, all right. So you know what we'll do? We'll cheat it. I'm going to come over here and I will go over to the user and I'm going to create a password. Password, I'm just going to create right now. Not going to put a phone number because it's obviously this is not a real business. Okay. And I'm going to hit next and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Okay. So Nuno's company's in. We have it as an account admin. Now that user can log in. You would take this and now what you'll do is, yeah, the link is going to fail because you guys are, again, you're not listening. In order for the link not to fail, you're going to go app.GoHighLevel.com, hit enter, log in using the email address that you have. So in this case, it will be the one that I created to build this account. And again, you have to own your HighLevel instance. If you're under somebody's white label, it won't work. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to type in to get in. I'll show you what it is. Hold on. I'm just going to go over here on the side because it's going to ask me to verify. Give me 1 second, folks. All I'm doing is logging in another screen because now I'm logging into the HighLevel version of it. A lot of you guys won't have to do this, so you don't have to worry about it, but this is the way you got to install the template. Unfortunately, there's no other way to do it unless you do it that way. All right. Now, the way that I know that I'm in the right place is that one, it says app.gohighlevel.com. And then I have all of this in here, right? Now, in order for me to use that particular snapshot, I'm going to go back into the Skool community. I'm going to grab the classroom right here. I'm going to go to this funnel brick suite right here, and I'm going to click on the link. Once I click on the link, it asks me, do you want to import the snapshot? And I'm going to say yes. And if I want to make it a custom name, I'll say like Nuno's snapshot. So I know which one it is. And I'm going to say import now. Okay. So if you don't do that, you won't be able to install the snapshot. So I hope I made myself clear. So you first have to ensure that you logged into the HighLevel instance under app.gohighlevel.com. If you don't own the GoHighLevel instance, meaning you're under somebody else's white label, which is perfectly fine, you're going to have to give this link to the person that owns the white label and just ask them to install it, which 9 times out of 10 they will, unless they got some weird things in here. And if you go in, that's how we do it there. And now I know that I have the snapshot created because then all I have to do is if I go to account snapshots, all I have to do is see imported snapshots. I should see Nuno as being the first one. That's how I know I did it. Now, what's important is I have the Nuno snapshot installed, and that's very, very important. So now comes this second step, right? The second step is, well, I now want to install the template so I can build and take advantage of the template to do everything that I needed to do that every business will need in order to run. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go to the top left-hand side. And on the top left-hand side, I'm going to go to our, what do we type? It was Nuno's company, right? Home services. And what I do is you have to go into sub-accounts on the left, do a search, Nuno. Inside of Nuno, we're going to Nuno's home, I believe it was, right? There it is. I click on the name of the account. And then when I click on the name of the account, go to the right-hand side, click on actions, load snapshot. And guess what snapshot I'm going to load? Nuno's snapshot. Okay. Because that's what I named it. Yours might say funnel bricks or / funnel bricks. Come in here, hit proceed, select all, proceed. All right. Proceed, select all again because there's nothing in the account. It's a brand new account. I know this is going to be solid. So hit confirm, proceed again. Okay. Keep going. All right. And it's saying that it looks like it's all done. Now, if I did all this right, it's all good. I come in and I go back to that same account, Nuno, home services, and I know that I've installed it because all I have to do is go to opportunities and there should be a pipeline in here. Actually, there should be 2. I got my lead management pipeline ready to rock and roll. If I go to automations, I have all my new lead automations ready to go. Look at that. Look at these sexy automations all here ready for you guys to go. And then I have sites. I have our funnel brick sites and a couple of other automations, but honestly, we're not even going to be using that today because I'm going to show you how cool this is. Now, cool. First one we're going to do is home services businesses. Well, we're going to cheat a little bit because we're going to use AI. Now you can use whatever flavor AI you want. ChatGPT, OpenAI. We're going to use, and you're going to get a couple more free gifts. Are you guys ready for more free gifts? Okay. If you're ready for more free gifts, this is going to be it. So I'm going to go to my ChatGPT and I have a series of custom GPTs, but I'm going to give you a secret. In the snapshot that I gave you, if you go into the secret little place over here on the left-hand side, you go to sites, and in sites, you see this little funnel right here. I'm a little sneaky guy here. Funnels and it says start here. If you literally come in here in the start here, we're not going to go through this because I'm going to show you how to do this manually. If you come in here in the start here and you click on this little view page, I've created a little video for you all that will help you start your business and onboard your entire business using this funnel. So the way that it works is you go to that sneaky little funnel. I came in and I built this all for you. All accounts will have this, meaning you install the template, right? The snapshot, like we like to call it in HighLevel. You go over to the left-hand side. You go over to sites. In sites, you go over to the onboarding funnel. Inside the onboarding funnel, it has a bunch of steps. And look at the bottom, there's a secret 09 ChatGPT links. And then from here, we're going to go all the way down at the bottom. And if you come over here, you're going to see all these different links. You start at the first one that says 01, start here. Click on the little view page. Inside the view page, we're going to go down all the way here. And you're going to answer all these forms. And then when you're done, it's going to give you a choice. I want to build a lead magnet or I want to build a local offer. But if you go up top here, it's got all these different things to help you build your logo, your times, everything that you can possibly imagine to make this very smooth for you building out your entire company. So if you come in here, you're going to go to click here for like choosing colors or fonts. Click here to help you build out your logo and where to get it. Click here to like your terms of service and your privacy policy. And you come in here, you can select your business description, your keywords, all of this. And then when you're done, you have a choice. Do you want to build a lead magnet or do you want to build a funnel to like sell your offer? You'll say either I want to build a funnel or you want to do a lead magnet. And if you come in here and we're going to go through, right? If you go down through all of this, there's a video to help you through it. And look in here, the same ChatGPT links you'll find in that funnel. If you click in here and you click on this, it automatically goes to the custom GTP to basically help build out your full sales page. All right. So here a ChatGTP to actually literally build out your emails, your landing page, and everything you need to literally build out your business or other company's business for absolutely free. So you can come in here and you can come in here and build all this out. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it inside the stream so you guys can have it. Grab that link. That's one of the custom GTPs in order for all of you guys to go around and play with it. And what you want to do is we're going to make up a company, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to shorten this up a little bit because we don't need all this space. There we go. And you'll notice it says funnel brick, slow to start, build sales page. So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk with AI to literally help us build a landing page for our business, for HVAC, for, our home services businesses, whatever we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to build our first business. But the way I like to do it is, one, I like to work on the offer first. Then I want to work on the words that are going to go on my landing page. Then I'm going to go out and build a landing page. And then I'm going to do my email and automations. So there is an order in the way I like to do things. I recommend you guys do the same. And again, you can click on this ChatGTP. It's completely free and you guys are going to be able to do it for everything that you need. So when you go through this whole thing, this is the way to do it. So next for here, let's just go ahead and talk it out. So I'm going to talk it out with the AI and help us build our first home services business. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, I'm a home services businesses. I do a lot of handyman work and I help do small projects inside the home. I don't really have an offer, so I need some help in building an offer so I can get more clients. And my main goal is to create a landing page in where people can book appointments so I can talk to them to see what the job is like. So please help me, one, come up with an offer first before we build a landing page. And two, give me some ideas of things we can really do well or like offers that are out there for handyman that will help me build the offer. I use Whisperflow to basically speak. You can also use the dictation service that, Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini, whichever one you're using, are all doing it. And you can go right from there, right? So it says, I'll help you shape a bookable appointment offer, not generic call for quote. I'll start with practical handyman offer angles, then layer it down. Awesome. This thing's smarter than I am already. So what it's going to do is I want to come up with an offer. Here's the biggest mistake. Any person, regardless of which one we are going to build out today, whether it's going to be course creator, consultant, or anything in that realm, I will tell you that 9 times out of 10, the biggest mistake all these guys are doing is they're building websites that, one, are not smart, and two, don't have an offer, and then they're complaining because they're not getting leads. The reason why you're not getting leads is because you don't have an offer on the page that people can grab. Now we have it. Best starting offer for you, free 15-minute home project planning call. Awesome. 0 small project estimate calls, book a handyman walkthrough and get a same day repair plan. That's pretty cool. Priority small project booking for first-time customers. The honey-do list handyman appointment. That's pretty neat. 3 project home repair assessment. Move in home fix-up consultation. Seasonal home maintenance checkup. Look at all the cool offers that I have in here, right? So what I'll do is I'll probably pick one, and I don't know. I like the whole 0 small project estimate call or the free. I like the honey-do list approach. Let's do the honey-do list. And I'm going to say, you know what? I like this offer, but let's make it better because it doesn't sound attractive to me. I'm like, I think it's okay, right? Like if it's not going to be something that I would naturally buy, then I wouldn't do it. Yes, the 30% off is already reflected on the pricing, guys. So I come in here, beautiful. It's a stronger offer. Finally, knock off those small appointment repairs, landing page offer, book your honeydew appointment, blah, 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 make it feel valuable. Option 1, free project review, priority first booking, multi-project first. This is awesome. Perfect. And now I'm going to say, great, build me an entire landing page because now I have an offer. Absolutely, landing page copy. Now let's go over here and I'm going to hide that for a hot minute. And we're going to come over here and look, I have literally all the landing page copy I need to do in order to build my home services page. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go lead form, blah, blah, blah. It starts like right about here. So let's go back down again. Hold on. Oh, it needs your city. It needs all these different things, right? So company name is Nuno's Handyman's, we'll just say Handyman Service. We'll say town is, this is a demo. So make up all the rest. You would obviously put in whatever information is good for your stuff. Okay. This is the demo. So make up all the rest. And then, yeah, so we'll make up all the rest. The reason it's being is it asked me a question. It says, hey, before I write all this copy, a lot of stuff is missing. We need it to be, we need to have the accurate information. So right now I'm just saying this is the demo, so make it all up. So it's making it all up for me. And now look at this. It's coming up with all the information here. So what I'm going to do is now that I have my template installed in HighLevel, I have my domains, I have my emails, I'm ready to rock and roll in here. Now, because all the domains and everything else is in here and I have my templates, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sites. I'm going to go to the new funnel builder. I'm not going to use AI Studio. I'm going to use the funnel builder right here. And I'm going to hit build with AI. And then when I build with AI, we're going to start using the AI builder. But what I'm going to do is give the AI builder the offer and the words that I've already created to, one, make my time go slower. So I'm going to go to build and I'm going to go back to my custom GTP that we have. And look what I'm going to do, guys. This is how cool this is. I'm going to copy all the stuff that the custom GTP wrote for me. Okay. I'm going to go back. I hope you guys are watching. I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to say, I'm building a landing page where I can have people book appointments. Here is all the wording and the copy I want you to use. I want to use blue and white as my colors. And I need you to create also a logo. All right. And I come over here and I'm going to paste this. Look how cool this is, guys. We are going to build a full landing page with everything that we need in order to do this. Now, here's the other trick I'm going to tell you. While we're building the landing page, because this is all going to be AI, we are going to be doing other parts that are necessary in order for us to run our business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this thing cook, right? By hitting the go button. Actually, you might ask me like 1 or 2 questions to get going. So let me just make sure it's not going to do that. But I'm going to teach you like $1 million trick. What you're going to do is you're going to go over to the left-hand side. You're going to left click, duplicate tab. So we'll let this one keep cooking on the website. On this one, we are going to come out. And when we come out of the website, what we're going to do is we're going to go down and we're going to go over to settings, calendars, and we're going to set up our calendar. Actually, we're going to set up a calendar even a little bit less. What I'm going to do is we're actually going to have to wait, unfortunately. Let's wait first because there's a trick I'll tell you that will save you countless hours. Look, pretty darn awesome. It says finally knock out your honey-do list. I do believe that is way too big though, but I might make that a little bit smaller. Isn't that pretty cool? Look, book your honey-do appointment. It came out with the logo. services, how it works, about me, book an appointment. Oh man, look at all this. It took everything that we did and it made it live. Isn't this freaking cool, guys? So here we are. We have everything that we need, but there's a couple things here that I don't like. I think this writing is too big. So now what you do is anything you don't like, what you do is you click on the item and you come in here and you say, hey, this is way too big. I need this to be a lot smaller, like more of a title size. It's too big and I think it's a little overwhelming. Plus, I want the offer front and center so people are clicking on the book appointment button as fast as humanly possible so I can get them to book. So I'm giving this to the AI because this whole thing is massive. So I think it's too big and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to have AI adjust this. But notice I clicked on the thing I didn't like. And then on the left-hand side, I'm adjusting it. So just keep in mind that that's how you're going to work with AI. And again, if you guys are taking advantage of the 50% off, that includes 50% off AI so you guys can have it. So again, it comes with a massive amount of benefits. So please make sure you check it out because the summer of AI is here. And part of that benefit is not only do you get 50% off of your monthly membership, you also get AI in between all this. The logo looks pretty cool, right? That is the coolest little tiny logo I ever seen. So it's pretty darn cool for you guys to go with and do that, right? So let's just get that one thing changed. And then I'm going to show you again some tips and tricks on how to get this to be a smart website. And I'm going to go over what a smart website is because we're not going to be done here. What we're going to do is we're going to create our thank you page. We're going to create the calendar pop-up so people can book an appointment with the home services business. And then we're going to create AI and then from all there. All right. So let's give it a wait a second. Okay, perfect. Look, it did it. Fantastic. It made it a little bit smaller. It's got that big ass button ready to go in and then book my honeydew list appointment. Fantastic. This is a solid, cool website. Honestly, if I'm a home services businessman, I'd be pretty happy with this site. And you can go back and you can customize it, make it a little crazier, whatever you want to do. But for now, I think this is pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save it. Okay. And I'm going to go back. And now what I want to do is create a thank you page. That is going to be when they book an appointment. So we're going to do the thank you page first before I show you guys how to do the calendar. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, great job on the landing page. I now need a thank you page that's going to prep people to get excited for the call and ensure that they show up to our handyman call that we're telling them about, the honeydew list call. So can you create me a landing page copy with the same idea and format so I can go ahead and create a thank you page? All right. So now I'm rocking and rolling here. Boom. And now I'm going to get the thank you page copy so I can create the second page. And if you guys stick around, I'm going to show you how you can create SEO pages for everybody in the different towns that you serve a little bit later on. A super cool SEO trick that you guys are definitely not going to want to miss. It is sick. Some of the cool stuff that I'm going to show you today. So not only are we going to make it a smart website, we're going to make it SEO ready. And I'm going to teach you some SEO tricks for all local businesses, even for your own businesses, that you guys are going to be able to do it here, but you gotta be on the call. And there might be another free gift. Who knows? Who knows, right? All kinds of crazy things happening. Right now, we're just waiting for the thank you page copy. Look, bam, this thing knocked it out in like 10 seconds. So here we go. We have the thank you page copy before our call and everything else. Great. I'm going to say this seems a little bit long. Can we shorten it a little bit and get people excited? So let's create a little bit more buzz and make it a little bit shorter. I think you gave me a lot of words for the page. I don't think we need all of this. I just want people to be super excited for attending the call. All right. So I'm going to go through this as we go on there and we're going to go through all of that. All right. So hold on. I'm going to hit enter. Good. Give me a 1 so far if you guys are loving this right now. Like, doesn't matter your skill set. I don't think anything I've done so far is hard in this. If you are a business owner, honestly, this is going to be the same format we are building for all the builds we're going to try to get through. There is very little difference from doing this for a consultant that we would do for like a home services business. But if you follow the same kind of, path, you guys will be able to crank these things out in like no problem whatsoever, right? So a little bit better, a shorter version. Let's grab this right here, but I'm going to teach you a trick, right? I'm going to go back over to our little area here, my honeydew list here. I'm going to go back to the edit and I'm going to teach you a trick. If I go back here Yeah, we're not doing websites yet. We're doing just a funnel because all I want is like a landing page that this client can get like leads on, because I might want to run ads to it or whatever. Later on the consultant one, I'm going to show you how to build a website because you can do the same exact thing. And on the website, we're going to make it where it's going to be like smart pages. And I'm going to show you how to do that. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, I'm going to create another page in another instance of using the AI. Can you give me the color scheme, the fonts, and everything that I need to pass that over? Now, the reason I do this is when I create something with AI and I want to have the same look and feel in another page, what I do is I go to the AI and I ask it to almost give me like a little bit of a styling guide so I can pull this styling guide and combine it with the thank you page so then it looks and feels the same. How cool is that? Nobody's telling you this stuff, right? And you're getting it all for free. Imagine what I give away. This is what I give away for free. Imagine what you get on the paid version. So imagine, you guys have no idea. For anybody that's in my communities, tell them, folks, the amount of stuff I've given away in the thousands and thousands of dollars is bananas. Cool. All right, let's keep going. Come on, this thing's taking a little bit long because then afterwards, remember, we got to do a couple more parts. After this, we're going to do our calendars. After our calendars, we're going to make the site live. And then after we make the site live, we're going to start doing our automations. And then I'm going to give you an even better, and I mean an even better, and you guys should be super excited, a custom GTP that will allow you to basically, it will write all your emails for you and all your automations. So this even becomes even easier. You legit literally have to do nothing other than showing up and talk to the AI and let it build everything for you. And you can just keep making it better, customizing your way, changing it that this is like, not the one for you and everything else. What I want you guys to learn though is the order of operations in order for this thing to like work the right way. If you follow the order, the way that I'm doing it, you guys will never, ever, ever lose on anything you're building, not only for you, but for your clients. So please, please make sure if you're learning anything, just look at the format. Cool. So now I want you to put the output. Just give me the prompt because I want to make a thank you page. Okay. It followed me back a little bit. It's like, do you want the JSON file? No, I don't want any of that crap. I want like the real deal. So let it push back and we'll go from there. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat a little bit. I have this thing called Go Full Page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to preview this page and I'm going to take a picture of it with this Go Full Page Chrome extension. And I'm going to use the image to do it. So you see it, it created the full page image. I'm going to download. Again, this is like little shortcuts for you all. And this is the way I'm going to do it because for some odd reason, it was going to rewrite that whole page and I don't want it to do that. So let me go back to here. I'm going to hit the go back button. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to hit add new step, come in here and write honeydew, because that's what it's called. Honeydew thank you page. Okay. / is going to be thank you. Okay. I'm going to hit create funnel step and we're going to build it again. All right. And I'm going to come over here and hit edit. And I'm going to go ahead and go to build. I'm going to say create a thank you page for the page attached. Here is the copy. All right. So we're going to do two things. The copy is the words on the page. So I'm going to grab my custom GTP. I'm going to copy it. All right. I'm going to go back over here. Where is it? Now we're going to start closing down links here. And then I'm going to attach the image. Okay. And I'm going to say create a thank you page for the attached. Here is the headlines. Here is the copy. And I'm going to go ahead, go. Now what I did is I gave it a reference and an image. And then what it's going to do is hopefully it'll take the image for the colors and the fonts. And then it's going to take the words that I provided for it and then go from there. All right. The fun part is going to be, you're going to see how all the automations work. Well, I designed a custom GTP that will write all the automations in there. Hey, we want to interrupt this video for a quick little minute to just let you know that I hope you're enjoying this video. We want to thank you for being here. But more importantly, we are hoping that this content helps you do whatever you're trying to do inside of HighLevel. We also want to let you know that you have options to get additional help. We offer a $197 a month VIP coaching program that includes 4 days of office hours, first come, first serve, where we go in and we answer any of your questions that you might have live with the group setting for other people that are also working in HighLevel. We also have a VIP group group where we answer questions directly one-on-one with anybody posting in that group to give you the absolute best support. It also comes with a bunch of other features, including our funnel brick system, our little mini course, and more importantly, a couple guides that'll help you through this, and also including our SOP library that we use for pretty much everything inside of our agency. So thank you for this quick little minute, but more importantly, go back to the video, get whatever you need, and if you have any questions that we can answer inside the video, just drop a comment on the video and we'll make sure to answer whenever we get a chance. And now back to the show. So next thing that we're going to do is, while we're waiting for it, the calendar we're going to wait on, we're going to probably save that a little bit later. I'm going to go into the automations. So every business handles leads the same way. They do. I don't care what anybody's going to tell you otherwise. If I go into new lead automations, you have, when they fill out a lead offer, meaning, they book an appointment, they start responding to you, they become a hot lead. They're not really ready yet. They need to be nurtured a little bit further. They book an appointment. They don't show up for an appointment. You need to follow up in a 3, 5, 7, 15 day kind of format. They're saying, no, I'll be ready in 60 or 90 days. Or you're ready to send a contract and then get them to send an invoice. These are the basic ones that every customer needs. Then you have your onboarding. If you have an onboarding for the customer, again, depending on the client, they sometimes will or will not. And finally, you're going to have people that are just not a fit for the business and you don't want to do business with them. So honestly, no matter how you package this in whatever little bullcrap thing that people are going to try to sell you that's saying, hey, buy the snapshot, it does all these things. These are the basic ones that everybody's going to need. And you just modify the ones you have specific to your business. So it said that it was done. See, it did something in the background there. See, it added the thing, which is okay. This is AI. This is what it's going to do. So add the appointment to the calendar. I don't know what happened here. So we're going to have to adjust all this. So here, added an image. Let's get rid of that image. Added a whole other section. We'll get rid of that. And then the background, it added the image of the background. So we'll get rid of the image of the background. Okay. And we'll add a nice background image because I think it made one. Yeah. Like this little handyman one. Beautiful. And then anything else I don't like in here? Beautiful. Everything else looks rocking. I have my thank you page. It kept the colors. It was a little wacky at first, but I was able to salvage it. And then I'm going to get rid of the nav bar because I just want them to go on the thank you page. And I'll click in here and I'll just go to the right-hand side is where you customize any section. And then we're going to go in here. And then all of a sudden we are just going to go and we are going to make this a little bit better. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to the right-hand side and I'm just going to section it. All right. And we're going to go ahead and hit save. And now I got all my pages. Okay. Now that I have my pages, let's go into the calendars. I'm going to go into the calendars. Oh, actually, I lied. I'm actually going to log out and I'm going to log in as Nuno's company, the person I created for this particular site. I'm going to hit OK. Let's see what's happening. Am I in the right person? Hold on. Settings. Okay. Nuno's company. Got it. Okay, good. Awesome. All right. Now that I'm in the account, let's do the calendar. So remember that account that we created earlier? What we'll do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go over to the left-hand side. In the left-hand side, I want to go into calendars. In calendars, I'm going to go, actually, we don't even have to go to calendars. We're going to go to settings and we're going to go to my profile. In my profile, this is where I'm going to send out everything about me in here. And what I'm going to do first is create a signature real quick. Nuno Tavares. I put my phone number in here so customers can get a hold of me. Okay, 555-1212. And then I'm going to put my email, Nuno@Nuno's company. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and update the profile. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and notice I have calendars and video conferencing. What I'm going to do in here is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to hit add new, connect a calendar, click on Nuno's company. And that same calendar I told you that comes with the Google Workspace, this is where I'm going to be able to leverage that calendar right away. And I'm going to hit continue. Now, because I have a Google Calendar, it automatically comes with Google Connect and Google Video Conferencing, which is Google Meet. And then once I do that, I'm set to go. Not only do I have a calendar people can book appointments on, inside of Google, I also now have one that I can add into the system that allows people to book on that calendar. And we're going to start creating calendars in a second. Now in here, it's going to be business time zone, but make believe I have multiple associates that live in different time zones. I would switch this time zone to be whatever the other time zone would be. So I would come in here and I can set my time directly in here. This sounds good. 8 to 5, Monday to Friday. You set your own hours in here. And then once I'm done in here, video conferencing is connected, calendars are connected, and I see linked calendar and conflict calendars. Conflict calendars are if you have more than one calendar that you need to have people read up against, right? So now that that's done, what I'll do is I'll come out, I'll go to calendars on the bottom left because I'm under my profile, and I'm going to go to calendars here. Inside of calendars, if you downloaded the template, you already got 2 calendars in here. One is a 15-minute, like, just a regular introduction calendar. The other one is like a regular, like 30-minute calendar. I'm going to take the one that's for 15 minutes because it says 15 minutes. I'm just going to edit this calendar. I can put a logo if I want. And you see where it has a squiggly line? You can come in here and put Nuno's company, handyman, discovery call. All right. And then I'll take what I wrote up here. I'll put it in the description because the description is what the customer will see. And then in the customer URL, I will put something like NMT, which is my initials, handyman, Cal, because this is what's people are going to see when you send it all the way out, right? And then in here, the meeting invite, I would put contact name, which is their name, and I would put Nuno's company, handyman, discovery call. And I would make it a different color so it stands out on their calendar. All right, now that I'm done here, I go to the top right-hand side and I save it. Then staff, well, which staff member? Nuno, because I created his calendar. And here is very important. So here you can customize how the customer is going to interact with the calendar appointment. Is it going to be a Zoom? Is it going to be a Google Meet? Is it going to be the full address? Is it going to be, a Microsoft Teams account? In our case, it's going to be a Google Meet. We're going to do like a virtual one because I've already set it up. If you had Zoom, you would select Zoom. If it's going to be a phone call, you would put a phone call and then you put the number that they're going to get a call from, like 1-800-555-1212, and you would hit add location. And now it could be one of 2 ways that they're going to meet with you. All right. But in our case, it's going to be Google Meet. And we're going to go to the next one, save changes. Availability is exactly what it's going to be before. And it has booking availability, weekdays, 8 to 5. I'm going to leave that alone. If I wanted to change it, I would come over here and hit edit and start changing the schedule, but I don't want to change it. Booking rules, this gets a little tricky. This is like meeting interval is how often the meetings are going to be between each other. I usually, if it's going to be a 15-minute meeting, I usually make this like 30 because that's how often they're going to happen. 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11, 11:30. And then meeting duration, 30 again. And then hours notice of how much time I need before they actually book. Like next day, I always like to do 1 day because I always like to have my day pre-planned. And the date range is how far out do I want the availability to be available. I usually do about 60 days to account for that. Pre and post, I really don't deal with. This is for people that need breaks in between calls. So I leave that usually pretty alone. And then from here, I'm set to go and I'll hit save changes. All right. Now that we have forms and confirmations, I leave this alone. I don't touch it because it already has a compliant form that I can leverage. I have payments if I want to accept payments, notices and all this. I don't use this. I'll show you what I use instead. This is for reminders. You can, but I like using the other ones. And then widget appearance, if you want it to look a different color, maybe you want it red or blue, you can mess around with it here. When I do this, I hit save changes and look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and it still says inactive, but what I'll do is I'll make it active. And now I have a live calendar I can send to people, but that's only my 30-minute calendar. What if I want like an hour appointment or 45 or 30 minutes or whatever it is? Let's go back in here. I'm going to hit edit calendar. Change this to be Nuno's company handyman appointment. And this will just be a regular appointment, right? So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste in here. All right. And then I'll come in here and I'll say handyman, Cal, something like that. Something that nobody has. And then in here, I would say Nuno's company, and I would just leave appointment, knowing that it's like another appointment. And I'll make this one green, right? Go to save changes. Staff is going to be me. Come in here, meeting location is going to be Google Meet. And then hit save changes. Availability is going to be the same. Booking rules, I'm going to change this to 45 minutes. Meeting duration, 45. Minimum scheduling notice, I'm going to go to 1 day. And how far I want the schedule to go out, I'm going to go 60. Everybody could be a little bit different, right? Once that's done, we're going to let this save changes. Hold on. We're seeing a little stall here. The form is going to stay the same. I'm not going to like any payments, or maybe I want to. Notifications and policies, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to show you how to set up the automations. And again, this thing is acting weird. So while this is saving, I'm going to duplicate the tab and I'm now going to go back to my funnel that I built. So I'm going to hit the back button. I'm going to go to sites, and in sites, I'm going to go back to here is the page. Now in this page, we're going to advance a few things. First off, the name is awful. So let's go into settings and let's change the name of the funnel to be Nuno's Handyman's Service Booking Appointment. And I'm going to put a little parentheses, honey-do list. Okay. Because that's what we decided to call it. And before on the name, I'm going to put a 01 because it's my first funnel. Now inside of here, I'm going to make this real and I'm going to go Nuno's Company. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the path to be Nuno's Company. And I'm just going to leave it like that, right? The favicon, we don't have a favicon. We're not going to worry about it right now. We're just going to leave all of this good and I'm going to make it save. The second I save this, this funnel is going to be live, but I'm not afraid of it because I'm going to show you some cool things that you can do with this. Now, my page is fully live, but look, the / is untitled page. That's weird, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to publishing and I'm going to change the page URL so people can get there real easy. And I'm going to put honeydew. Okay. And once I do that, if I now go to a real live web page, look what we got, guys. We got a live website ready to rock and roll. Isn't that cool? So now we got a live web page, but now I need the calendar in that web page and I want to have some SEO in here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hit edit. Inside the edit function, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go over to the left-hand side and I'm now going to hit the little plus sign. And if you hit the little, not the plus sign, sorry, the little page sign right here. It's actually the SEO and search engine optimization. If you guys go all the way down, there's this thing called schema markup and it says get rich results, AI citations, and you create with AI. And what this does, it creates SEO for you to actually do this, where this will start ranking very minimal at first. It will start ranking with SEO for your page and you don't even necessarily have to do anything else. The AI will come up with the SEO based on the writing on the page. So that's what I'm talking about. So that's tip number one when it comes to SEO. I'll show you a little bit more as we go through. Let's see if this is still saving, which is weird. Let's see. Oh, I hate almost refreshing, but we might have to. I'm going to hit refresh. Might have to do a couple things in the calendars. Yep. Let's see. Well, it actually looked like it took. So let's see. Edit calendar. Oh, looks like it took. Looks like it took everything. Yeah, it looks like it took everything. Great. So I'm going to go back to calendars and I'm going to make this one active. So now not only I have one calendar, I have two. So what I'm going to do here, it's still creating the schema. I will add the calendar to the pop-up. So while this is creating the schema, what I'll do is, you see this thing that says pop-up? When somebody clicks this button here, this book appointment button, I want the calendar to pop up on the button. I'm going to go ahead and hit edit. I'm going to hit add. I'm going to add a column and I'm going to add a little text line that says, please book your free consultation. Cool, right? And then from here, I'm going to hit the plus sign and I'm going to grab, when I hit that plus sign, the elements area pops up. And what I'm looking for is calendar. And in my calendar, I'm going to do Nuno Handyman Discovery Call. And look, bam, there's my calendar. But I'm not done yet. This is very important. When you create the pop-up, you're going to click on the calendar and look to the right. It says, what do you want to happen after they book the appointment? I want them going to the next page, which is going to be my thank you page. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. All right. In the meantime, let's see how the AI is doing. Might have to save twice. All right. And what I'm going to do is, you notice how the pop-up had a weird name to it. It had like pop-up. Let's change it to say calendar. So I'm going to hit edit again and you see where it says element name. Let's name it calendar. You legit can build a whole business in less than a day and in like probably 3 to 4 hours like we're doing now. There's nothing here that you can't build that you can't base off these templates. It's pretty wild. So now, I don't know why, again, AI just seems to be a little lazy today. It's struggling, it's screaming at us. But we have our calendar set. Next thing we're going to do while we're waiting for the thing to get ready, we are going to go to our automations. Now, in automations, you guys ready for your next free gift? Going to go to our trusty ChatGPT. And by the way, this is also in the Skool community or in that funnel, that secret funnel that I told you about. If you go into the secret funnel, if you go to sites and you go into the start here 00 funnel, if you downloaded the template, you come in here and you go over to the custom GTP links, you hit that view page. It's got all the GPTs in here. And the one we're looking for is local business emails and automations. I'm going to copy that link, copy this, and I'm going to paste it for you guys. All right. I'm going to paste it for you guys in here. And then once you do that, you're good to go. All right. Now from here, look, your schema is now officially built. So if you go to SEO and optimization, it's all built for you. There's nothing you need to do. It's all done. Look, all done. So your scheme is done and your buttons are opening up pop-ups. So we have to click on the button and make sure that the button actions, you got to go down a little bit. Where is the button actions? Button actions are open pop-up. So I'm going to go to button actions, open pop-up. Every button, I have to go make sure button actions, open pop-up, button actions, open pop-up. Every single button that I got going on, I want to make sure goes to that. And what I'll do when I'm done is I hit publish. Okay. Hopefully I'll hit publish. So here, I think it's all said. There we go. Hitting publish. Great. Now my website is functioning. So not only did I create a landing page, a thank you page, 2 calendars, we created a HighLevel account, we downloaded a template, and now you would just do the next step, which is going to be the automations. But before we do, I'm going to give you guys a quick little lesson on domains. When you are installing a domain in your funnel, if you come in here and you go to settings, the path here is your funnel path. When you come out and you go back into the funnel that you just created, the page one is in here. And then there's a tricky one in here that you also have to mess around with and you have to change because this becomes your A and B testing. And I usually put a number 1 because later on, when you want to change, when you want to check the page against another page that you create, you're going to go over here and you're going to go in and when you do it, one will say 1 and the other one should say 2. Just FYI, little service on that one, just so you guys know. So all this is done. But again, if you look over here, thank you page, and we probably put a 1 next to it. All right, just a little weird thing so you guys know it. Super extra bonus credit on that one. But again, it comes in handy later on. All right, now I'm done with all this. Let's go into automations. In automations, we are going to go over to our first automations, which is our lead automations. And I'm going to give you guys this ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT link in here, which is the local business and automations. And I'm going to paste it. Okay. Now here's the wild one, right? If I duplicate this, remember AI already gave me all my chats and I had a previous chat from the handyman offers. Here's what I'll do. I'll come in here, I'll hit Control A and I'll copy all of it. And I'll go to the new one for all the emails and automations. I'll come in here and I'll say, please write all the emails for these pages, sorry. So all the stuff I did previously with the AI, I'm just going to copy and paste and I'm going to hit enter. Okay. When I hit enter, this is going to come in and it's going to give me everything. It's going to say, okay, here's everything that we need to know. And look, it already knows it all because the custom GTP that I'm giving you automatically is set to work with all the emails listed here. How cool is that? So all you have to do is go and as it produces it, please paste the URL. So landing page, I just gave you all the copy, work off of that. Okay. So we're going to have in here, it automatically has all the sequences. I thought I did. Hold on. So give it a second. It didn't see that paste. I found, okay, there we go. Cool. It's reading all the documents of the stuff that we've already created with the other AI. And basically it's going to write all the sequences. Now, really easy with the automations because I gave you all the templates. You might not have a lead magnet, so you're going to skip it, but you do have the lead offer page. So what we're going to do is, because this one is basically when somebody is booking an appointment, we are going to skip that and we're going to go all the way to L04 on a new lead booked. Now, when a book gets lead, when somebody books an appointment, we're going to select the calendar first. So we're going to go to lead booked, come in here, contact. Look, it's already got the calendar because this is all programmed for you to work with it. And I'm going to hit save. Next thing I'm going to do is it's going to take it away from the lead magnet fulfillment. That's good. From the long-term nurtures, just in case we were nurturing them to make an appointment. And then it's going to go remove from no show. Our no show is right here. It says lead no show cancel. So I'm going to add that. And it also removes it from the 3, 5, 7 days. I'm going to do that. It already gives it a tag from new lead booked appointment. And remember that pipeline that I already gave you guys, it already has the lead magnet pipeline and that it already booked an appointment. Then I want to get an internal notification to me. So I'm the particular user. I'm going to assign that to Nuno and it tells me when I have the appointment. And then it's automatically going to have an email that sends out to the client confirming all the appointment status and everything's already done for you. So I can leave it alone or an SMS directly in here. Then it waits 1 day and it has all the confirmation reminders. And honestly, guys, I'm kind of done. I now have my appointment reminders all set because all of them are here. So I'm going to come over here and just hit save. and then you're all good. No, you would never want to use NAN workflows for this. That's silly. You have HighLevel. Why would you use NAN? So you would come in here, and now for the no-show, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come to the no-show, make sure that the calendars are live. It says appointment status no-show, but let me filter to the calendar. So it's got no calendar. So I'm going to go to in calendar, come in here, discovery call, save. Come in here, add a calendar, discovery call, in calendar, discovery call, set to go, adds a tag that they didn't show, creates it in the pipeline so I can see people that don't show up for an appointment, adds an email, email's all written out for me, 5 minutes, SMS, you're good to go. Wait 1 day and it sends another email reminding them to rebook. This one's all set to go. Now I have 2 automations set. Guys, I'm cooking here. You see how easy this is? Now in here, I have a lead magnet, a lead follow-up, just in case, they're not ready. And if they're not ready, I'll move them into the pipeline and I'll show you where to do that, where I could push it out, 30 days out, 3 days out, or whatever the case is. But here, the emails are going to be generic. I don't want these to be generic, right? So I will come in here and look what's already waiting for me. Look at all the different emails that I can literally just copy and paste. So first one I'm looking for is, it's all named long-term nurture sequence, confirmation email text sequence, and then email, let's just keep going. Email number 5, okay? Email 30. Okay, so we are on the 60, 90 day. The 30 day is right here. So I'm going to modify this one. So the emails that this thing wrote, I'm going to literally, this is how I copy it. I grab the subject line first, okay? I come in here and I change the subject line on that first email. Come in here, Control A, Control V, okay? Then I grab the email, come in here, and I leave the high contact first name, and then I grab the rest and I paste it. And then I just come in here, get rid of this first name because that's wrong. Look at that. Boom, boom. Now I just start editing the email. Do you guys see what you're getting? You won't have to do a lot of this, which is crazy. You're just popping them out. And then afterwards, I'll say book here. And guess what I'm going to do? Give them a link to the page that I just created. Remember, because I have now, because this is why I made the page live, because now in my emails for nurturing or whatever else, guess what I'm going to make them do? I'm always going to go back to the site, because now I have a place for them to come back to do whatever they need. And I'll put a little note here. Nuno, done. Save action. Go to email number 2. That's the next one. Day 5 email. Grab the subject line. Copy it. Come in here. Control A, Control V, paste that. Grab the email. Control C. Come in here, paste it. Okay. That one, for some odd reason, came in pretty clean. Book here. Always asking for the close of the sale. And we're going to come over here. Contact. Oops, sorry about that. Remember, what happened here? Book here. I copied that link from before. Let's grab that link. My honey-do link. Copy it. Boom. Paste. Enter dash Nuno. All right. And there you go. Now you got this all set. You see how we have this? And I'll just do this over and over and over again. And then when I'm done, I publish that. And the way that this lead follow-up works is I come back out of here. I go over to my opportunities. And if somebody books an appointment, they'll end up, let's say they'll end up in book appointment. And make believe they don't show up. What I'll do is when they don't show up, I will drag them over to no show or cancel. And if I need to do follow-up, I'll drag them over into follow-up. When you drag them over to either no show or cancel or follow-up, that automatically will fire the automation to nurture them to rebook an appointment. And there you go. I literally legitimately have automations. I have my calendars. I have a website. I have a domain. I have email. I have everything I need to run a business. Well, crap, why not just add AI? Okay, no problem. Let's add AI. I'm going to go over to AI agents. And here's another free gift. Going to come over here. We are going to go to our chat GPTs. And what I'll do is, there we go. All right. So I'm going to go to my GPTs and we're going to get a voice AI agent. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the one that is for my voice AI. And we're going to create some simple bots in order to do it. Well, you know what? Why don't we just do the chat bot? So I'll choose a chat bot, look at the stream. You guys will have it here now. Paste, enter. By the way, all these can be found in our Skool community. All right. So just know that all these bots and everything else that we're talking about can be found in the Skool community. And the different levels get you access to even more bots. Cool. So you come in here. Now, again, I'm going to cheat. Remember all that stuff that I wrote about everything as far as the local business and everything else? I'm going to go to my previous chats with the offer. I'm going to copy and paste this. I'm going to go to my chatbot. I'm going to say, create a full prompt based on this information. Okay, and I'm going to hit paste. And now we're going to come in here and look, it's going to basically create a prompt I'm going to use to create my AI agent. So now what I'm going to do while this is creating my prompt for my AI agent, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go to conversational AI, go to agent list, take the general support bot that's here. I'm going to hit edit. I'm going to change this from SMS to live chat. This is going to be, instead of saying general support bot, I'm going to say Cody, the Nuno's company helper bot. Okay. Little long name. I probably just say Cody, but we'll do that. It's going to put it on autopilot. Then I'm going to enter the business name, which is Nuno's Handyman Service Company. Okay. Autopilot mode is going to be 2 minutes. This is going to be wait time before responding. It's not going to be 2 minutes. It's going to be like 2 seconds. So I'm going to change that to seconds. The maximum messages a bot can send in a conversation, I max this out at like 30. And then allow the bot to respond to images and voice notes. Yes, because when people are trying to do like home services, they sometimes will send like images and you want your bot being able to do it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let the bot reactivate after 2 hours if the bot stops, talking. Now in here, we are not going to upgrade to the bot today, but you could get if you have the AI package that you get using our link, that's the offer currently right now. Again, the offer might be different later on, but what I will do is here, I think I have everything that I need customized. What I'll do is I'll hit, enter response settings. Yeah, so response settings is like how you want the bot to basically answer it. I always leave as balanced. Sometimes if you want shorter answers, you can go concise, but I never do detail. Let's just make sure that there's nothing missing. Bot name is there, autopilot is there, live chat is the only thing we want because it's going to go on the website. Business name is there, 2 seconds, 30 messages, allow for images and voice, send bot to sleep if I send a manual workflow message, and then reactivate the bot after 2 hours for people to start engaging with it again. And then a concise message going out to the customer. Then I hit save. Okay. Bot saved successfully. Then I go into bot training. Now, I'm not going to add a knowledge base for this because I don't think the handyman services needs it. You would add a knowledge base based if the thing you want the bot to do is a lot more complex. I prefer to do no knowledge bases unless it's really needed, because without a knowledge base, the bot is going to be quicker and it's going to go back and forth. And now if you go over to the left-hand side, we're going to go to bot goals. And here is where I'm going to create the prompt that my custom GTP is all through there. And look, here it is. It has everything broken down for you. Again, you got it for free, where it automatically is going to write all of this, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is it's got the personality part. We come over here, collect all this, copy it. Come over here, Control A, Control V. Okay. Next is going to be the intent, which is your goal. Dun, dun, dun. Control C, Control V. And then last is going to be the initial information. Okay. It's 3 parts. Might be a little too long, but we'll see how much we can get away from it. Oof, God, I'm way too long. Hey, shorten the additional info into 900 characters, 900 words, because it's going to be too long and we do have a limit. Cool. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys as you guys are building throughout this whole entire thing. You might have to modify it and like massage it a little bit in order to get it. But we are going to build our chatbot. And after we build our chatbot, we're going to build our voice bot. So you legitimately, your home services business is going to have all 3 right off the gate. So we did this in less than like 3 hours, and we have a full functioning business that you can go out there and sell. And not only can you do this for you, but you can do it for somebody else. So just think of it that way as we go through. So the additional info, let's just see. Where are you? Okay, beautiful. Brand summary, copy, come in here, paste. Okay, awesome. Now that it's done, do I want this booking appointments on my behalf? The answer is yes. So I hit appointment booking and it's asking me to select a calendar. Guess what I made? I made a calendar so it can book on my discovery call. And I'm going to hit proceed. Okay. And it asked me a couple questions. Don't book appointments? Of course. I wanted to book appointments, so I'm not going to check that. Pause bot after response is booking. No. Trigger workflow after booking. I'm not going to have that. Allow bot to cancel and reschedule appointments. Absolutely. And I hit save. Now, if the bot gets confused, these I always turn on. If I come in here and I go into the human requested, I always enable these scenarios. So I'm going to do human handover, human requested, enable scenario, lack of info. Oh, and I got to select the human. So the human is me. Okay. I'm going to hit save. Lack of information, meaning the people are getting frustrated and it's not giving them what they need. Contact the human. Failed to resolve the issue because the customer's upset. Contact me, the human. So now I have 3 ways for the bot to come in and talk to me. So then they don't have any issues. So I'm going to hit save. All right, all saved. Awesome. Now I have a human handover. Now I can enable a conversation summary that can come to me afterwards. So I'm going to enable the conversation summary. I'm just going to leave it, and I can email notification to a specific email or a specific user, which is me. And guys, congratulations, your bot is alive. So I'm going to say, hey there. Okay. And I can test my bot. How can I help you with your home projects or repairs today? Notice I already did all this. It's good to go. It's rocking. It has an AI ready to go. But wait a second, it's not on the page. How do I get it on the page? Oh my God, no problem. Watch how easy this is. Sites, Nuno's Handyman Service, the website, that's live now. Settings, come over here, chat widget. Oh, hold on. Oh, I made a mistake, everybody. Got to create a chat widget first. So let's go to chat widget. So sites, chat widget, new, live, and I'm going to say Cody, website, chat widget. Okay. And on the left-hand side, it's going to be stays on fixed page corner. I'm going to say yes to that. Appearances. Let's make it blue because that's the color of the site. I want this icon instead. Noticing things are changing on the right. And then, hi there. What's the questions? Yeah. So what questions do you have? That's fine. Then I'm going to customize the widget where I want it to be. I like it where it is now. Then the chat window, title and intro, have a question. That's fine. Or ready to book your appointment. Why don't we change it to that? Ready to book your appointment or your free consultation. Okay. And then what I'll do is I want a contact form because I want to grab their information. And then live chat assigned. That's fine. Everything else is pretty much okay. And I'm ready to rock and roll. Now I got my little widget. Look at this thing. All right. Cody's alive. All right. And then once I have it there, I'm going to hit back. Look at this Cody website widget. Awesome. Go to my funnel. Inside my funnel, I'm going to go to my handyman funnel. Inside my handyman funnel, I'm going to go to settings. And guess what spot I have in here? Chat widget. Uh-oh, Cody, the website is done. I'm coming in here. Look at this thing. Live. Lo and behold, what do I got? Little chat widget. Oh, I didn't even make sounds. Hey there. What? Our chat site, it's fully alive. We're ready to rock and roll. How wild is that, right? Look, it's ready to rock and roll. I'm good. So now let's just keep going. Look, and look what popped up. Oh, we're serious. We want you to make an appointment right now. You see? So our home servers, and this is just like a very simplistic. You have your automations, you have your chat widget. Let's do our voice. So I'm going to come over here to voice. We're just having a heck of a time finding the voice. Okay. Let's go to our GPs. Hopefully this will work this time. And then we're going to go over to our My GPTs. This is the next one. Free gift time coming in. As long as the load more works, guys, we can have it. If not, we are screwed. Okay. What we'll do is we'll cheat. We'll go to my YouTube channel. Let's go to Automated Marketer YouTube channel. Or better yet, I'll go to my Skool community. Go into my classroom, grab my other really cool bots, hopefully full bot suite. Let's see where our voice AI prompt helper, here it is. Copy it, give it to everybody on the call. All right, from here, we will take the chat that we wrote before for the chatbot here. We're gonna grab this, Control A, Control C, go to the voice AI prompt helper and literally say, please create a voice AI prompt based on this chat prompt. And we're gonna paste it. Let this thing cook. Go back here. Go to our AI agents on the left-hand side. We're going to go to Voice AI, inside of Voice AI. And then in here, this is really cool, by the way, guys. I can literally come in here and have it created for me. So I can tap to talk and it works. Isn't this cool? But we're going to create it from scratch. Custom, hit continue. I'm going to show you how to do everything today, right? So Cody, Nuno's home pair, it's already there. I like the voice of Jessica. I love it. All right. Turbo 2 is the better one, so we're going to leave that there. And 4.1 mini is the one I like. That's the model you're choosing. And then the initial models, hey, you've reached Nuno's Home Services Company. How can we help? But then there's this magical button here called Advanced Settings. I like to mess with it. Maximum call time, 15 minutes. That's perfect. Ideal time and recovery. And then we have end call after 15 seconds silence. I think that's pretty good. Agent behavior is response time is 1 second. That's great. Interruption sensitivity, 75 is pretty good. For older people that have a lot of background noise or people that are working in places like, just be careful with this. Like if the bot keeps cutting people off, you need to make this higher. If not, make it lower. So just mess around with that. LLM temperature, always start at 0 and then work your way up if you want it to be more expressive or more creative in nature. And then in here, you have the transcription. is always accurate. That's the way we have it. And if you want back channeling, meaning every time the customer speaks, it goes, sure, I understand. You can turn that on. I leave that off. And then vocalization, if there's special vocabulary or boosted words that you want the AI to listen to, you're going to want to make sure you turn that on. I don't know what that sound is, but pretty fun. And, lost it. Hold on. There we go. So vocalization will keep us accurate. You can also make it medical, but again, be very careful with that. The reason that exists so it doesn't give medical advice. And then if you want to add a pronunciation of like a name or something, you come in here and like my name, Nuno, you would spell it Nuno, and then you would have it in the IPA format. Voice settings is also pretty cool. You could control the speed so that it doesn't talk like Nuno, and you make it really slow. You could create the temperature of it going up and down, or you do the voice volume of how loud you want it to be. Then you have the dynamic voice speed where it adjusts based on the way the user is interacting. This thing is pretty cool. I leave that on. And you can go back and mess around with this every single time. Like you don't have to wait for it. That's how wild this is, right? Every single time you can get this going. So if I build one now and later on I find that the bot is just not working right, I can go back and change it at any point in time. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Agent goals. We can go ahead and select this, but guess what we're going to do? We're going to switch to advanced mode because guess what we got? We got a prompt. Look at this. Prompt's already waiting. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to copy all this. We're going to go first. Hold on. Let me close some things out here. We don't need that. Let's move this over here. All right. So what we got to do is for this one, it's actually really easy. You just hit the big copy all button here, come in here and hit Control A, Control V. All right. It's got too many variables. All right. So what we do is if that's the case, we're going to say, hey, remove all the variables from here. Don't use the merge fields. Don't know why it did that. Kind of weird. Sometimes the AI bugs out. So let's go back and we're going to do that. All right. Hold on. Sweet. Give it a second to write it all in. And literally within minutes, guys, you guys are going to have a full AI bot. Think about all the things that we just created. We created a site. We created domains. We created emails. We created a user. We created calendars. We created automations. We created voice and chat AI all within 3 hours and using templates and AI. Guys, it's not that hard. You can do this for your own business. You can get very creative and you can go through it. All right. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come back in here, Control V. And now I have my tokens. And then I'm going to create some actions. One, I want to do a call transfer and I'm going to call it human. Transfer to, we're going to make up a number, right? Because we don't have one. All right. It'll be extension or menu. We don't need that. And it asks, when should the call take place? When the user is upset or the user wants to talk to a manager or the user says that they want to talk to a human. What should the person say before transferring the call? Let me see if I can find you someone. Please hold. All right. And then the whisper message is going to be for the people that are basically coming in that they want to go in for anything that they have. Meaning, if I pick up the phone, I'm the guy that's being transferred to, it's going to come in. So I'm going to hit save, rock and roll. Now in here, I can get more creative. I can do new actions and I can make appointment bookings. Same thing here. Nuno's discovery call. All right. Hit next. Booking, appointment management, cancel and reschedule. Guess what? My AI now can book appointments on that calendar. And I'm going to hit next. All right. Now I can start the call. Hey, what services do you offer? Look at that. Robot's good. Robot's good. And it actually is dictating what I'm saying. So how cool is that, guys? Now we got it in there. But you guys want to see an even cooler feature? Watch this. Ready? Secret tip number 4,100, whatever, if you guys are keeping track. Coming into sites, go into chat widgets. In here, go to the right-hand side, go to the chat widget up here, click on new, grab voice AI. Let's say Cody voice AI. Okay. This is going to be so cool. Guys, see all I'm sharing? You guys have no idea. No idea. This is going to be another grenade course. I'm notorious for this. You'll get this after watching the third time. And again, imagine what we do in our community. Bananas. Agent Cody, voice AI. And we're going to hit save, sticky, appearances, chat window. Everything's the same. But look, we're going to make this thing. I don't want that one. I actually want the embed inline. Yeah, that's what I want. And I want a visualizer. I want that thing, right? And then I'm going to go to appearances. Let's make it green and widget customization, chat window. Everything else is good. Messaging, agent. I have to pick Cody, the voice agent. All right. Because that's who we built. And then in here, I'm going to go into save, but I'm going to cheat. I'm going to hit get code, copy the code. Are you guys ready? This is going to be so badass. Watch this. I'm going to go into sites, handyman, edit. Yeah, this is definitely bonus time. Watch this craziness. Watch this craziness. I'm going to right-hand side, type in the word code, drag the code over. Are you guys ready for this? This is going to be ridiculous. Open code editor, drop the code I copied, hit save. I don't know if you guys are ready. I don't know if you guys are ready. Let's see it. Let's see what happened. Oh, it's the robot. It's the robot. Allow mic to use during the site. What? Yeah, of course. Just really curious on what you guys offer. Robot. How cool is that, right? Look at this stuff, man. You guys can totally, oops, sorry. Shut up. All right, there we go. All right, drop a 1 if you got massive value. You have everything done, like hook, line, and sinker. We did everything, right? We did everything that we set out to do, but we're not done yet because Nuno made a promise and I am a keeper of my promises. Because now we said, well, what if we're a consulting service and we need to build a website, right? But that's how we do it, right? This is what I want to make sure you guys understand. When you guys are coming in 3 hours, look what's possible. I don't think I did anything hard. I really honestly don't. So for anybody that needs to watch this 100 times over, it's cool. Go watch 100 times over. Join our community. I'm not kidding. If you think this is like a little bit of what I demonstrate, this is nothing. Anything that we always over deliver on, and we make sure that everybody has like everything that they need to really build this out. And if you're one of my affiliates, you get VIP for free. So if you haven't joined HighLevel, join it, because you can build literally this for your business within a very short time. If you already have HighLevel and you want to know how to maximize everything that it could possibly do, join the community. So either way, we have an answer for pretty much everybody. You can watch this thing on slow-mo, like 0.01 sleep, and then go from there. Now, let's rock and roll. Let's say we are a consultant, or we are a real estate broker, or we're anybody that's offering consultation, because honestly, that was one of the requests. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to website. And from there, I'm going to go open up another custom GPT. We're going to hit duplicate. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go back to my bots. So let's go back to our landing page bot, because the landing page bot is redonkulous. The landing page bot will help you write landing page copy for everything, literally for everything. So you basically can come in here and write it for consulting. You can write it for courses. You can write it for chiropractors, dentists. It literally, honestly, doesn't matter. The bots we created and we gave you guys is going to be absolutely amazing for you guys to absolutely keep, right? So if I come in here, let's switch our bot, right? We want to get into the cool bot. So let's get into our landing page bot, the first one we had. And I'm going to post it again because we're going to start all over. And what we're going to do is this time we're going to make a consultant site, but we're going to have web pages that we're going to make SEO strong. Like we're going to make it where they're going to be SEO searchable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, or better yet, go into my Skool community. And for everybody that's on the VIP or that is on the $47 plan, the 97 or the 47, all right, you come down here and you get your bot AI suite. Look at all the ones I have in here, and we're adding more, which is sick. I'm going to go get my landing page. We even have one for courses. Landing page, sales page builder. I'm going to hit that up again. I'm going to come over here, copy it, give it to my wonderful people here. I'm going to drop that in there. Now we're going to go and we're going to build for, let me see. Since we're all AI consultants, right? Because now we know how to put voice and chat AI agents all over the place. Let's build a consultant page that we have in there. And we're going to go in and I'm going to go ahead and start building it. I am an AI automations consultant. Well, you know what? People ask for real estate. Let me see. Real estate agent / consultant. Real estate. So I almost don't want to get into it. All right, let's do AI consultant. But all the real estate and brokers, the same concept. It's just literally what you're going to put into the prompt. Same concept, what you're going to put into the prompt. That's it. So I am an AI consultant. I provide consulting services on AI automation, I provide consulting services on AI voice. This is a kind of a demo. So I need you to build out a full company called Nuno's AI Consultancy. And more importantly, I kind of want you to help me do this now. I want to create 3 pages, one for AI voice consultancy, one for AI chat consultancy, and one for AI automation consultancy. I'm doing all of these for SEO. So I need you to create SEO ready and SEO friendly content and pages in order for us to have this searchable by AEO and SEO. Make up anything that you don't have, because again, this is a demo. I don't have all the information, so we can move this along pretty quickly. What? And here we go, guys. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build a website. The website is going to have the same components. It's going to have a homepage, the lander. It's going to have SEO pages that are going to be pages that are going to be available that we can start throwing blogs in or a lot of wording in to help with SEO. And then we're going to do the schema markup for each of these pages. I'm asking it in the landing page builder to build all 3. And I want to make sure that you guys have it. So you have this as it's working through. But you guys kind of understand what I'm going to try to do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a second bot or create a whole new bot and a whole new voice AI bot that we're going to put live on the page with that little graphic cool thing. Well, that will impress people. Imagine being an AI consultant when all of a sudden that happens, right? Now, if you're running real estate, guys, it's so super simple. You're going to come in here and your prompt will change based on who you are and what offer you're going to have. The one thing I didn't do on this one that I am going to go back and just rephrase is that I want to have an offer for my AI consultancy, whether it's a free consultation, maybe it's a checkup, maybe it's how to find everything that we have. It's everything that you need. And you guys want to take a screenshot of the prompt, really? It's not my best work, but by all means, you can have it. It's yours. Cool. So again, you guys will be able to modify this to any business. A lot of you guys, there's somebody in here asking about events. All I want to do is an event page. And all you have to do is tell the prompt, I swear. All right. And you can make it real easy where people can sign up. And we'll do that. We'll do a form this time versus a calendar. So we can use the lead form automations versus the booking automations. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay. So we're going to be basically off of that. And again, all the people that want to learn about Skool. And by the way, these bots have massive amounts of training and usage. We left them on custom GTPs because you can use them for free. I think for the first 1,000 credits. So you're able to do it really easily. So again, this is available for the higher tiers. So you guys will have it on top of some other incredible goodies that are all available in here, including AI snapshots, a podcast snapshots, a live and evergreen webinar snapshots, which are the same snapshots that I use to create my webinars. Just saying, no mystery there. All right, cool. So it thought about it. It has my entire company all set up. Awesome. Hero section. Beautiful. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all this in AI. All right. Now, here how we go. We're going to rock and roll with this. Now, yeah, that's a big one. Holy smokes. All right. So I think this is page number 1. Yep. It broke it down into pages. Man, this thing is so smart. All right. So real estate agents, real estate brokers, do a page per county or town you serve. So if you're a real estate agent, you're going to do the same process. You're going to list all the counties that you are and do a page per the county. So when you're working on SEO or ads, you can make it very specific. Hey, serving the greater Atlanta community where we have this thing, and everybody's a fan of this game or this sports team or whatever else. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you kill it in the game, by making this more customized per page. All right. So we're going to do this right here. So the first thing we're going to do, let me move all this over. We're going to create a new website, but are we going to create it or we're going to use AI? We're going to use AI. So I'm going to build with AI, or actually I'm going to click on new website. I'm going to use it from blank. We're going to call this Nuno's Company AI Consultant. Okay. I spelled that wrong. I'm dyslexic for anybody that doesn't know. And that is real dyslexia, not joking dyslexia. All right. I'm going to rock it here. Come on, guys. We're going to pump this out. We're going to hit add new page, come in here, and it's going to be Nuno's, name of the page. You got to name it, right? Nuno's Company AI Consultancy. The path is going to be home because it is going to be our lander, and we're going to hit create new page. All right. Now I'm creating new page. And then when I have it going out here, I'm going to use create from blank because we are, and I'm going to click on build. And I'm going to go back to my first page, come in here. I'm going to copy this whole thing to the first page only, to the first page only. All right. Copy it. Come over here. Hey, I need you to create a modern looking, beautiful AI consultancy website for the following company. Please make sure you're making them look modern and sleek, and make sure you're using the words that we're providing for you. Do not go off what was provided as far as the wording. All right, come in here, paste, and we're going to let this thing cook. Now, the cool thing about AI, right? Watch this. Duplicate. It asked me a question. That's why I made that noise. Yep. Create a full modern sleek page. Absolutely. Right. Might ask me another question. No. Okay. I'm going to create another one. I'm going to hit the back button. Now, when creating a website, what's really cool is you can create multiple pages at the same time. So I'm going to hit add new. This is going to be our second page, which is AI chat. Boom. We're cooking now. / Look, it even came up with a / to help with SEO. Oop, what is this? And notice it mentions the city, which is pretty cool. All right. And somebody is AI tokens part of the 97 plan. Yes. When you pay the unlimited plan, that's what it is. It's fully formed that. AI chat consulting. Okay. And I'm going to hit create new page. We're going to create from blank. But remember, I always almost need the first one to be created so I can take a picture of it so it has it. But what I'll do is I'll have it ready and I'll duplicate this page. Oh, something happened. Okay. I'll create this page, which is going to be the third page, right? Add new page. And this one is going to be the third one, AI automation consultancy. Okay. And it's already got the URL for me because it's making it where, again, all this is SEO ready, right? Because I want to have this search by AEO and SEO, right? So how wild is that? I'm going to do it here. I'm going to create a new page. Okay. And right now I have 3 pages cooking, and I'm going to, on this page, I'm going to use create from blank, and I'm waiting for the first one to be done. While that's waiting, I'm going to create yet another tab. And because I want to be quick for you guys, I'm going to hit the back button. I've already created a calendar, so I don't need to create another calendar. But you know what I need? I need somebody to basically, they want to request more information. So I need to create a form. So I'm going to go over to forms in the builder. Okay. Forms in the builder, come in here, and I have a lead magnet one already, or I have a local business funnel bricks form. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this funnel bricks form already, and I'm going to come in here, and then I'm going to come in here and just name it AI consultancy. And the reason why you do that is so then later on, you can come in and you can actually get it where it will automatically come to you in the sense of like, you'll know where things are. Now, actually, this is not the right form, so my apologies. So Z compliant forms, where is the local offer? There it is, local offer business. Let's just change this to AI consultation, okay? And I'll create a field like, what are you interested in learning? So I'm gonna add a field. It's gonna be multi-line. So I'm gonna hit next. I'm gonna say, what AI project are you working on? Okay. And the group will be additional info. I'm going to hit save. Okay. Now you're going to notice that there are some things in parentheses when you start doing your A2P, which we have a separate video on how to do that inside the membership and on YouTube. And there's also an SOP for it. You'll come in here and change what we've already provided for you. So there is a process. I can't go through A2P because we just would not have any time to do that. So we'll have this form ready. Now I'm going to hit save, hit proceed, and then I'm going to hit the back button. And then I'm going to go to automations after I've done my form and make believe I'm in a new account, right? All this will be there because I downloaded the funnel bricks and I'll have everything there waiting for me. So this will be a brand new account. And this one, I want people to fill out an offer form. So if they're going to fill out an offer form, I'm going to go over to the left-hand side and I'm going to click on L01 new lead offer form. So that offer form is going to be the one that I just made. So I'm going to look for local business 03 AI consulting. Save. This means that this automation will work when the form I just created that I'm going to put on the site is filled out. And what they're going to do is they're going to get a tag. We're going to create an opportunity as a new lead off the offer form. All this is done for you. Remember, you get this where? You get this free in the Skool community on the free plan. All right. And if you're having trouble with that, just message one of my teammates in here, either Mariano, I think Mary's hanging around today. They'll make sure you get it. All right. Now, if they agree to receive text messaging, they go into one of the two paths and we get an email confirmation in where we tell them a little bit about it. Now, mind you, this email confirmation is not ready yet because I have not put it through AI and I don't have my premium stuff that I want to throw in here. So what I'm going to do is look at this. Oh my goodness. Are we sexy in here or what? Look at that. What is that? Very, very cool. Proven ROI and everything else. Great. Now I'm just going to say, what colors and fonts did you use? And I'm just going to ask it that question. Why? Because I want to put that in the other one. All right, cool. So now we're going to be waiting for this to come through, but that's not bad. I'm not really modifying any of this. It does like making these things huge though. So I will ask it to make it smaller, but we'll do that in a second. And look, it even made a logo. I love that it makes logos. All right, cool. Still rocking. So I just want to grab this, copy it, come over here, paste. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to copy this, come over here, set the background to bright white and configure the headline, font Sora, set the content font to this, and apply the crisp blue link color, blah, blah, blah. That's not really what I wanted to hear. See, it doesn't know what it, again, when working with AI, you got to be a little creative, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save it. And then I'm going to eyeball it for a quick second because I want to take that image again. Look at this, man. Wow, that is one sexy site. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the voice AI agent right in the middle. People are going to be super impressed when all of a sudden they see this and they'll see that voice thing right in this middle of that, right? So from here, I am going to do something real quick. I'm going to use that Go Full Page, which is a camera that takes a picture of the entire site. Come in here, download it, go back over to this, remove this piece in here, and I'm going to give you a copy of the initial page. Keep the design, but I'm going to give you the words for this page. So mimic the design, however, use the words that I'm going to give you. So the image is going to be attached. So I'm going to give it the image. So I'm going to upload a file, give it that. And then from here, I'm going to go to the page 2 or where is it? Where is page 2? Page 3. Okay. We got page 2. Okay. Come on down, go all through. Okay. Up to page 3, Control C, go back to the AI, paste, shoot. Okay. Oh, actually, I think that was 3. Let's stop there. Hold on. Was it? No. Good. And then page 3, that's all right. We'll just switch it. I messed up. Okay, hold on. So let's stop this. Take this one, Control A, Control C, paste that there, upload file, which is going to be the image. Let it go. Yeah, this is already looking great. This is cooking. Now let's go over here. This one we messed up on. Okay, so we are going to give it the image, has a reference of the first one it created, so it keeps the likeliness of it. We're going to go to our page 3, scroll all the way down. Okay, Control C, Control V. Okay, and we are going to do upload a file as a screenshot, and we're going to let that cook. So we have the 2 additional things cooking. And now what we're going to do though is, because we're already using the main domain for the other business, right? We can't use the root. What I'm going to do is add a subdomain that we're going to call aiconsultancy.nunoscompany.com so I can use specifically for this website. So what I'm going to do now is let's bring all these tabs together. I have the first tab that has the main website homepage done. I have the other 2 cooking, and I have my workflow ready for an address. So then I can do all this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to duplicate this tab. I'm going to go to settings and I'm going to add a subdomain. So what I'm going to do on the left-hand side, I'm going to go over to back to workflows, go to settings, go to domains and URL redirects, manage, connect, funnels, websites, and stores. And instead of the Nuno domain, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do ai.nunoscompany.com. And what that's going to do is add a subdomain that I can leverage on a completely different site anywhere that I want. So I'm going to authorize Cloudflare. It's probably going to make me log in if it hasn't already. Nope. Awesome. It's going to authorize it. So this is what I would do if I already had my domain in Wix, Squarespace, and anything else. Because I'm using a subdomain, it will have no direct impact on anything that I want to do, right? So that's the way that you would go about doing it. A very simplistic, very easy in the way that you do, but that's how you would do it, right? And then you would hit proceed to finish. All right. And now that I have that domain, I'm going to go back over to my sites, my website here's my AI consultancy company, right? I'm going to go to settings, grab the domain, AI Nuno domain, and I'll leave the consultant one because that's actually a pretty good path. I'm going to hit save. And now I have another website live, ready to rock and roll on my page, right? So it's got the front page. Man, that looks sexy. Look at that thing. Let's see how the other pages are cracking in. So we literally just added another subdomain, and this domain is live. So if I come in here and let's go to the landing page, the preview link, boom, boom, boom. Nuno's AI company is live. Live, folks. This is live. All right. Let's go back to our main page, because if we want them to fill out a form, we want to create a pop-up that has the form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pop-ups on the left-hand side. Here's my exit pop. Come in here. Oh, what happened? Exit pop. Oh my God. What am I doing? Exit pop. Oh, great. We got a little bug here. That's interesting. Let's refresh the page. It got mad. All right. Come in here. Click my little pop-up because it's going to be request a strategy call. I'm going to go ahead and hit edit, add one column, add a little title. Add a little title. Book your free AI strategy call here. All right, come in here. Boom. Do a calendar, not a calendar. Sorry, a form. We're doing a form. Sorry. Come in here. Do a form. Select the form that I made. Right. It was 03 and it said AI consultant. And I want to make sure that it goes to a thank you page. So I have to make a thank you page. I didn't do that yet. So we'll have to come back and do that. And it's ready to rock and roll. Request, and I'm going to say request your free AI strategy call. Oh, and I just noticed that our form is missing that field we created. So we're going to have to go back and add that. But what's really cool about this is, first of all, I'm going to hit publish. So we have it. Second is, let's go back to the pop-up. I'm going to hit edit right in here. I'm going to name it instead of saying pop-up. It's like request appointment. And this could be a lead magnet. This can be get your free guide, whatever you want to do to make it better. If you want to make the writing bigger, make it bigger. There's just a lot of things you're going to be able to do here. But I got to modify this form. First, let me hit publish again one more time because I screwed up again. All right. I'm going to hit edit form. And when I edit form, it goes to what, the form area where I can modify the form. I created an object field. I put in additional info, and I believe what I called it is what AI project you want. And what I'm going to do while I'm here is I have the full name required, the email required. I'm going to make this AI project required so people have to answer it. And I'm going to hit save. All right. Save again. Sweet. Now I have it updated in here, so I know it's good. And then I'll come back and I'll make sure it goes to the thank you page. Now I have a problem though. I'm going to get AI to fix it. All buttons should read request a free AI strategy call. All right. I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to let AI do that. Now let's check on what the other AI did. Oh, look at this. See, it made every page AI strong in order for this to work. You see this? And look at this. All right. The only thing it uses, I don't know why it does that. It decides to use the form for whatever reason. And this is not centered. It should be 2 tiles per row. You have it all in one. Can you please change that? All right. Because you see how it's all one. I hate that. It looks stupid. And then free website. Everything else looks pretty good. They have the form. I don't want this form. I'm going to put my own in here. And what we're going to do is come in here, add, request, pick the request form, 03, local AI consultancy. Beautiful. Let it fix this one page. Everything else looks really, really great. And then instead of we're going to tell it to change the buttons also. Well, this one ended up being, the background's really off. Oh, terrible. Change the background of the funnel to be AI generated funnel. That is, something futuristic. All right. And I'm going to have it build on that. All right. Let's see what it's doing here. No, it's still not getting this one part. It's custom code. And I'm just going to say, no, it looks terrible. I'm going to say, give it sometimes a picture saying, no, it looks terrible. All right. And then I'm going to give it the image, upload the file. Go to gallery. All right. It's going to work on the screenshot there. It definitely did something funky with the thing. Everything else looks great except that one thing, which is hilarious. All right. Same thing. Replace the form. This is not the form we want. And it's going to be form. Okay. Ready to rock and roll over here. And I'm going to say all buttons should be doing a pop-up that basically helps them request an appointment. So all buttons should be requesting an appointment or claiming a free AI automation audit, and it should lead to the pop-up. So I'm just going to give it that. I'm going to pop it in. Okay. And then in the meantime, It's struggling there. Request a free AI audit. Beautiful. And this should say not scroll element, opens up a pop-up. All right. And again, we have to go back to the buttons, opens up a pop-up, and you might need to do this. So come in here, change all the buttons, button actions, open a pop-up. Come in here, wrong form, add our form. All right. We're going to type in, drag in the form, select the form that we created. Boom. Look at that. Done. All right. And if you don't like where something is, move it. All right. So we're in here and then still go in there. All right. Now we can actually come in here and take everything that we wrote. One more thing, one more page we want to create though is great. Now I need you to create a thank you page after somebody requests an appointment. All right. And we're going to let AI cook on this. And then we would take all of this, go to our particular bot for writing, the emails and stuff. Again, we'll go to our Skool community, come in here, go to our classroom, go to our AI bot suite if we're in the paid community, find my email and text helper or local business email right here. Beautiful. Copy that, get ready. Let's see if it fixed it. No, it is struggling. So you know what happens when it struggles too much? I get rid of it and I get rid of the whole section. All right. Site still looks good. Ready to rock and roll. Move forward. It doesn't have to be that complex, guys. You can always go back and add more to it as you want. So cool. And then again, free button should be a pop-up. So you always fix the pop-up, edit the pop-up. Oh, I did it again. Oh, no, I didn't do it. It's doing it. So let's hit save, refresh. And you see this, honestly, you could do this over and over again for every single business you guys can think of. And I use the templates to modify it to whatever I need. So if I come in here now and in the email automations, I'll grab everything that we've done so far, take that, go to the email one, create the email automations for this business for everything. The main goal of what we're trying to do is get them to request an AI audit, an AI free audit. That will be about 15 minutes and they'll walk away with the full report. So let's make the emails and everything else that we do and create in here about that. Here's all the information you need. All right. So what I'll do is I'll paste everything that the other AIs have already created. I hit enter and then going through the whole entire thing and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. And this is what we have in here, right? So this becomes what we're going to do. And then when we're done with this, we're going to take that and give it to our chat bot to create the chats and our voice bot to create the voice and so forth and so on. So you would do this over and over again for consultancies, for home services. It's just depending on, do they want an appointment? Do they want to buy a product? And that's what we'll have. Courses are probably doing a separate day. We'll do a little workshop on it. We'll probably make it free, or it'll probably be in the community. And we'll show you how to create a course from beginning to end. But honestly, this is all it would be. And it would just be you coming back in here and making things live. Let's create one thing though that I do want to do because I thought it would be so cool. Imagine we have this one page because this AI is good. What I'm going to say is make this smaller. I'm just going to say make this smaller. It's too big. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to create a voice AI agent just for this. So, and we'll stop there. That'll be our last one. And then you guys can watch this thing on repeat, join the community. I am going to pop it up again so you guys can have it. All right. A lot of crazy stuff, cool stuff that goes on there. And, we'll be able to talk a lot more in there, but this will give you a lot of stuff to do. Cool. So look, it's created all the emails. So in one of these, I had open the email for the lead offer. So that one, we're going to come over here. Oh, where are you? Here. It should be one of the first ones. Confirmation and email next steps. There's your confirmation. Your AI request is in. Here's what happens next. Look, I'm writing this whole thing now. Beautifully written. Thanks for your interest in the free AI audit, business name, which we would have. This is an audit that is done, blah, blah, blah. Look at all the things. And here's our booking link because they, obviously passed to getting a calendar, right? And that's the way that we have it in here. And that's how we operate directly in there. And let's just keep going on the pages. Cool. I want to put that widget right in there, guys, because I think it's going to be badass. So I'm going to open that up and I'm going to put the code element in here. Our code, let's type in code. We'll do it right in between. Yeah. We're going to have that one in there. So we're going to leave that open. Let's take our AI stuff in here. I'm going to hit Control A, Control C, or actually I have it on the other one. Yeah, I'm going to take this, copy it all, go to the helper, and I'm going to say, clear this conversation. Okay, hopefully I'll do it. And what we'll do is we are going to be rocking it out because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting in all the information we collected to build our voice AI agent. And then we're going to build another voice AI agent that we're going to put in here. So because each voice AI agent is interdependent on the number that it's attached to. So you can create as many agents as you want in one single account. The only time you would want to create it in different accounts is for all of this, right? Is if you're like you have separate businesses, it really is smart to just create another separate sub account. All right, so give it a second. Let us just, okay, or better yet, you know what we'll do? New chat. It's probably easier doing that. Create a voice AI bot with the following information. Do not ask me any additional questions. It's for a demo. I just want to have a demo ready based on this information. All right, come in here, boom, drop this, hit enter, go back into our HighLevel account, go into our AI agents. Remember, you would be in a fresh account. Go into my voice AI. This is going to be, let's call it John. All right, create a custom agent. John, this is going to be Nuno's AI Consulting. Okay, right in here. All that looks good. And it's going to just say Nuno's AI Consulting Company. Okay, Jessica, advanced settings. We talked about this. Let's change this to 15 is fine. Ideal time and reminder frequency, 4 seconds is fine. 15 seconds. All the rest is good. Enable back checking. Nope. Accurate is good. Boasted words we don't need. Background set, absolutely not. Well, I mean, you can have it. I shouldn't say absolutely not. Dynamic voice, absolutely. Hit confirm. Cool. We have John. Okay. Hit next. Switch to advanced mode. We're going to get our prompt ready. AI's cooking over here. There's our sequences for emails that all we got to do is copy and paste. Guys, you can crank. You can literally get your own personal account done in no time. All right, let's see what we got here. Beautiful. Look, it's already done. Oh, is it done? Am I in the right place? Nope. Sales page builder. AI voice helper. Here it is. Copy. Go into our thing in here. Control A, Control V. I got to always tell it to remove the, I think it's only one. I don't know why it's adding the merge fields. If it adds the merge fields for you guys to say, remove all the merge fields, please, they're not coming over. Cool. Let's rock and roll. All right. We're going to wait until this copies. And then we're going to put that cool ass voice thing in there. And we're going to wrap some things up in here and then we're going to close it out. But honestly, you guys can do this. You guys can do this. And by the way, if you guys go in there, again, the Skool community is where to be at. There's also another special offer I want to throw out there for you. We offer this on the last Build-a-thon, which is our AI agency and AI account snapshot. It's at 84% discount. We usually sell it for $297. If you guys want to take a look at that, you do get it if you get the $97 plan, but it's locked for 45 days. So you guys don't go in there and steal it. But if you're interested in it, you can go ahead and grab that snapshot to make it easy. I also have a snapshot shop that you guys can go through that you can check out. And that has like the more complicated ones, the course creator and the coach one, the affiliate one. It also has our podcast and it also has our med spa. Our med spa is a pretty big hit. That's the one I use for my own wife's med spa. But I'll leave that one up for a little while so you guys can grab it. But in the meantime, I'm going to grab this spot here. I'm going to come over to the window that is waiting for this. Control A, Control V. There we go. I'm going to hit actions. Remember, we always want to create. Well, this one, we don't want to do an appointment booking, but I think it'll be smart enough where it can. So I know we have the handyman, but this will be the new calendar that we would create for the AI consultancy. But for this instance, we'll just use this one. All right, I'll hit next, hit save. And then we would want to create the human handover one, which is the call transfer. And I would say human. It transfers to 800-555-1212. And it's going to say when a customer wants to talk to a human, or when a customer is frustrated and is not getting their questions answered, or when the customer is asking to speak to a manager, or when the customer is angry. Okay, please hold a moment while I try to find someone that can take your call. Thank you. Okay, and then we're going to hear the whisper message, hit save. Beautiful. And now I have my appointment booking and everything else. We have everything good to go here. All right. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sites. I'm going to go to our chat widget. I'm going to create a new widget. This is going to be a voice AI widget. We're going to call this John Voice, and we're going to say AI consulting. All right. It's going to be embed inline visualizer because we love that thing. Make it super cool with orange this time, or actually purple, blue. Yeah, let's do purple. Chat window is good. Messaging, everything else is good. Agent is going to be John. Oh, I think I can only have one because I don't have any assigned numbers. Darn it. All right. Well, for now, we'll just do Cody for now. But later on, when you have numbers, you would assign one agent to one number, one agent to another, and that'll allow you to have multiple. So you're able to do that. And then what we'll do is we'll come in here and let's grab the code. Well, actually, yeah, let's just grab the code. Copy, just so then you guys can see how I would put it on the page. Come in here. It's going to be purple. This thing's going to look so rad. All right, I'm gonna hit publish. Let's see, hold on. Oh man, that'd be so cool. There we go, we're good. All right, so we know that this works and boom, there's the pop-up again. I love it. All right, now this one is good too. Let's make that page live. And the way you make a website page live is you come in here, you go to settings, boom, it already has it, update page. Awesome. Let's look at the third one. Oh, this is looking pretty darn good too. It did the same thing, or is this another page? That's another page. Leave. Our automation, we would copy and paste the automation that we have. Here's our day one email. Same thing. It would be confirmation that they got it. So we would copy this whole thing, copy, come in here. Oh, Skool community. It's awesome. Go get it. We'll come in here and we will do the boom, come in here and just paste it. There we go. Boom, confirmation email. Grab this whole thing. Notice it has the booking link. Awesome. And we would just create a calendar page that has our booking link in it. Super easy, guys. Control A, Control V. Coming in here, free AI audit. Here are the gaps, 15-minute, boom. And I would just grab the booking link. So the way to grab the booking link, I'll show you this trick too. Remember early on that we created those calendars? Grab the calendar, go to appointment settings. Inside appointment settings, come in here. You see this little share button right here? Click on share, copy, permanent link, and go back. Boom. Now you got your link in here. If you want to make it fancy, copy it, come over here, and you do this little add link, the text to display, and you put book here now. Look at that. Now it's super sexy. Talk soon, Nuno. How cool is that, folks? All right. And I'll say something like, John, just sent you over an email. Go check it out. Check your spam just in case. All right, perfect. I would do save action, and then I would get internally notified. And boom, now I have a way to get everything else going in here. And now I have this because I had it up already. But now I'd have an automation that would go in and basically do all of this. So I have a website that's crazy looking good. Look at this thing. Smart, amazing. I can go back and do a bunch of things to it. I added a page. I just now have to go in and fix the minor pages, create a thank you page so I can send people after they request the appointment. And then honestly, go in here and modify my different appointments for everything that I need. If it's an appointment I'm looking for, I do appointments. If it's offer page, I do an offer page. And you guys can just keep building off of this. And that's it. Now that AI agent and the AI account one, we offered a discount for this one. Watch day 1 and day 2. That one has more of the AI setup. It's the same thing, except those have the ability of having AIs fully attached to it to making this fully autonomous. And inside the community, because you guys have at least should have joined all the free community, I'm going to post a second poll of what next workshop you guys all want. All right. So give me a 1 if you guys thought this was super valuable. 2 if you thought it sucked. And if it did, I am unsubscribed from everything and just go away. And then more importantly, I want to make sure you guys are in the community, at least in the free, and getting the stuff that you want. And you took advantage of getting the free client scripts, all the different chatbots that I gave you, even some of the ones that are paid. And you're going to be able to go back and watch this as often as you like. So I'm going to close it up. And that's it, guys. And Mariano is always available. I'm always available. I answer questions inside the community. Just make sure to tag me inside the community. I hope this literally brought you tons of value, because I can guarantee you that even if you picked up one thing that's going to make you money, but there should be literally no reason why you going into HighLevel, either for the first time or for the second time or for the 100th time, didn't pick up something new that you can do and some resources of the way you could value it. So hopefully this brings up great ability for you to go out there and make money for you and your business, like literally make it automated and everything that you need. And I love to see you inside the community. It's very interactive. For anybody that got VIP and Pro, please make sure you check out the calendar. And if you have any problems, Mary and Mariano are inside the community. They will help you out with whatever you need as far as access, just in case you paid and you didn't get access, because we want to make sure you have it. All right. Other than that, the next one will probably be about course creation, but we're going to see when we're going to do that. But that being said, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.